KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver.
This is 630 KHOW,
Denver's talk station.
an iHeart radio station.
Guaranteed human.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. The day after President Trump used a White House speech to cast more doubt on election legitimacy in the country, Homeland Security Secretary Mark Wayne Mullins says a preliminary review of voter records from 4 states shows
Department of Homeland Security, we've identified 250,000 non-citizens registered to vote in just 4 states.
those states, California, Nevada, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. He called on their secretaries of state to work with the federal government. There's no indication those people voted in federal elections. The U.S. carried out new strikes on targets in Iran, focusing on infrastructure to try to release Iran's hold on the Strait of Hormuz. CDC says it's linked at least part of the cyclosporiasis outbreak to shredded lettuce that was sold at Taco Bell restaurants in Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, and West Virginia, saying shredded lettuce sold at grocery stores or in other restaurants is not affected. This is ABC News. Flooding in Texas led officials in the Hill Country to use new warning systems that were installed after last year's floods that killed over 130 people, says ABC's Jim Ryan.
When the floodwaters came on July 4th, 2025, audible sirens were few and far between. A year later, dozens of warning devices have been funded and installed. In this first real-world test,
there was a triggering of the siren that did not go off immediately.
Governor Greg Abbott says the siren was flipped on a few minutes later and did go off.
For all practical purposes, the functionality of the sirens worked just fine.
Still, hundreds of people had to be rescued this week from high water. Jim Ryan, ABC News in Dallas-Fort Worth.
The flooding blamed for at least 2 deaths. Both were adults. Actress Brenda Frickers died at 81. She was the first Irish actress to win an Academy Award for My Left Foot, probably best known for her role as the Pigeon Lady in Home Alone 2. I'm Brian Clark, ABC News.
Firefighters are doing yeoman's work at the Aspen Acres fire. It is now 48% contained, and it only grew by a few hundred acres. Operations Branch Chief Nakia Hernandez gave an update on how challenging conditions are.
We have been trying to keep that fire in check for multiple days. The hot, windy weather has complicated things for the firefighters up on the hill.
The fire has burned more than 800 structures in Pueblo and Custer counties. It is now over 100,000 acres in size. Colorado is all set to go for the sun to be up later if the U.S. Congress does pass the Sunshine Act.
Colorado already set for that change, and in fact, state lawmakers approved House Bill 22-1297 to eliminate the clock changes back in 2022. But it couldn't take effect until Congress changed the federal law to allow permanent daylight saving time. So what does that look like? In all reality, it means sunrise won't take place until 8:19 in the morning. Sunsets, of course, will take place later in the evening.
Reporter Nia Bender. And I'm Rob Dawson.
Now, impact traffic.
Well, I-25 down south northbound remains partially blocked at Castle Pines Parkway, all due to a big semi-trailer fire that occurred much earlier this morning. Still kind of in the cleanup stages. I-25 is tied up from Castle Rock up to that point. That's about 3+ miles. Highway 85 heading west off of I-25 is jammed, and Highway 105 up into Sedalia also feeling the effects there. The city traffic's not bad. We do have some volume coming in and out of the airport. In fact, eastbound 70, the Rams to Pena, still clearing up on an accident. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Taking a Walk podcast.
I'm Buzz Knight, and I'm the host of the Taking a Walk podcast. And join me for an upcoming episode with David Duchovny. That's David Duchovny coming up on the Taking a Walk podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival,
presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena. Streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
Brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile, proud partner of the 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Get that. This is my song feeling. Only at Metro.
If you list your home with Frank Duran, you do get the benefit of his team, but you also get his 30 years of experience.
A lot of big teams will hand you off to one of their team members. I'm personally involved. I can't imagine anybody that will have the passion, the drive that I have. That's why I'm involved in every deal.
And that's why I recommend him to everyone I know. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino.
I personally negotiate your contract.
FrankDuranHomes.com with RE/MAX Alliance, 303-920-1622.
you. 150 years of Colorado, 250 years of America. Milestones like that remind us that time matters, and so does how we choose to market. Wasson Watch Company creates a field watch with meaning. Small batch, carefully built, designed by people with backgrounds in military service, engineering, and design. This is craftsmanship guided by values, not trends. For a limited time, Wasson field watches are $300 off. You're not just buying a watch, you're choosing something built to endure. Visit WASSONwatch.com.
Keep your retirement money safe at mymoneymyway.com.
Want the absolute best prices on bathroom remodels and walk-in showers? Go to discountbath.com. Get rid of that old ugly tub, convert it to a beautiful walk-in shower, just $98.88. Custom designed for your preferences, lifetime warranty, no maintenance, and get the best price on your whole bathroom remodel by email using your smartphone cam. Go to discountbath.com for details. That's discountbath.com or 720-979-2322.
Love Sloan's Lake, City Park, and your neighborhood? Then keep this in mind. 50% of what we send to the landfill can be composted. Add food waste and yard trimmings to your green curbside compost card. Love 5280. A message from Keep Colorado Beautiful, Niagara Cares, and iHeartRadio.
If you run a business, you know how hard it is to get your customers' attention. Yet 85% of consumers say radio is the last thing they hear before shopping. Let iHeartRadio help you reach your next customer today at iHeartAdvertising.com.
Now, here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now.
Ripped off. Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can.
Let me know you got it done.
Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino and Major Marc Mager.
Hey, welcome to the show. Major Marc Mager's off today. We got Car Day. I got Kevin Calkin with me in the house. Welcome. And we have, let me ask you, do we have somebody at the studio we forgot about? Or are we all here right now, Kevin and I? I think Jeff R. Cars was going to come in today.
We are here.
Good
morning.
Good. Who else is at the studio? Just you?
Me and Bob.
Bob, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you guys were coming in. Thank you. We can talk about leasing and buying and everything else, brokering cars, along with Kevin Calkin for maintenance. We got a little crisscross on our applesauce, but we are still all together. We got people at the mother studio, and then we have Kevin and I here. And guys, if you get that camera up, I'll put that camera up for the studio as well if you want. It is Car Day, so we talk about cars, but we really talk about anything you want. So here's what you do. Call us with any problem, with any complaint, any question regarding not just cars, although today is Car Day. We love talking about cars. I want you to call about any problem. We've been having a lot of problems lately. The same old stuff, but not the same old companies. So you get warned. Basically, people taking money, not doing anything. We've had bogus appliance sales. We've had verbal contracts that have been misunderstood. We've had so many things where people don't do things correctly, either the contractor or the consumer. Usually that's where it breaks down. But we've had more and more contractors lately trying to rip people off. That's just a sad fact. More and more people, I don't know, maybe times are tough. They feel they get that money. They spend the money, then they don't want to do the work. That's why I tell you not to pay money up front. You pay when work begins, even when plans are drawn, when materials are ordered, different phases. But don't just pay money up front. Could you imagine? I don't know if this happens, but Kevin, in the automobile world,
the only
do you ever take money up front?
special order parts that are not returnable.
Okay, do that again. I got
Special order parts that we would, a unique, like a unicorn car, something that we can't ever use again. I ask for money
I
in
get
advance.
that.
Sure.
But it's only when you order it. Yep. It's not just a promise to come in.
No, we don't make them pay to even look at the car first or anything like that.
That's right. And when you're looking for a car, Bob or Rod at JFR Cars, our car dealer friend, when you're looking for cars, do you make people put any money down?
No, only unless it's a specialty car.
Yeah.
If it's something extremely exotic and it's not an easy sell, meaning that it's a $100,000 car, and not everyone that steps in is going to be looking for that level of car. So we'll ask for a down payment or something to hold the car and purchase a car for them.
Okay, so basically, you want something that anything that can be basically, merchant or merchandised, you don't care about. It's only if it's a specialty.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a chance that it's not very saleable to other people, we'd like a commitment from them so we can go get the car and they know what they're getting, and it commits them and us.
Are more and more people buying or leasing right now, Bob and Kevin? I mean, and Rod, what do you think? More and more?
Well, I think new cars definitely leasing, because leasing makes a lot of sense in today's world as fast as cars are changing, and leasing gives you a lot of options at the end, and one of it is to give the car back, and so you're not committed.
You're never upside down in a lease.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that if you tried to get out early, because the biggest depreciation is when you drive off.
If you live by the terms of the lease, you're not going to ever be upside down.
Correct, because you can give it back.
Even if cars go down in value, you're guaranteed that buyout. Or you can buy it out if the car went up in value. So it gives you the option at the end of a lease. And with a lease, what they try to do is predict how much of that car you're going to use, basically, right? Yes. So if you use up 50% of its value, then you're going to pay over the life of the lease 50% of its value, along with a small lease factor, which is like an interest rate for use of that money.
Yes.
You know what? There was a survey done by a law firm, a big law firm, Lemon Law Experts. They did some really good research here on the regrets people have buying a car. Now, the number one regret buying a new car, what do you think it is? The number one regret when they buy a new car and they have the new car and they're driving the new car and they own the new car, but they have some regrets. What do you think the number one regret? There's a bunch of stuff here, but this is an actual survey done for 2025. And actually, they went back, I believe, 5 years. They literally went back and surveyed 5 years up to 2025. It does not include 2026. So that's a long time. And the number one thing
was too much.
What's that?
They spent
paid too much.
Yes.
Paid too much? Let's see. That's number two.
Okay.
Number two is they paid too much. That's a real, I'm surprised you guys got that. That's number two. Number one is after buying it, they realized they should have gotten another feature that they didn't get. So it's a feature they wish they had. Now, I am trying to think what that would be. If I bought a car, because most features can really be activated, I think. In other words, if you bought a car and you didn't have GPS in it, and you go to the dealer, you buy GPS, they just activate the GPS. It's actually in the car, I believe. I don't think there's anything. I don't know what in a car.
It could be upgraded sound system.
Could be maybe an all-wheel drive as opposed to a two-wheel drive.
Sure. Sunroof. Some people love
heated
sunroof.
Steering wheel and heated seats would be the number one, in my opinion.
Do you know?
They don't get heated steering wheel and heated seats.
Okay. Do you know that I don't think I have ever once used a sunroof, and I had one in every single car.
Yeah, I don't like sunroofs.
I've never used them.
Yep.
I've had one in every single car I've ever owned.
I'm always afraid they won't close all the way.
I don't know. There's just something about them. I just don't know. I just don't use them. I don't, because in the summer I have the air on, and in the winter it's cold. So it's a very limited time you would use them. Anyway, people, give us a call and tell us what you regretted, if anything, about a car purchase. And I'd like to know any great car experience you've had. In addition to your problems, your questions, your complaints, and just discussing car issues today and any other problem, 303 Martino, 303 627 8466 or 303 713 Talk. Let's talk about what you regret about buying a car or a great experience, whether it was with a mechanic, with someone you leased from, or a dealer. What is the best experience you've ever had? You know, I can't say I've had bad experiences with really anyone, a bad experience, but I've had several varying degrees of good experiences. My least favorite part about buying a car, and it happens even when you're paying cash, going to the F&I department, finance and insurance, where they try to beat you up with stuff.
Add-ons. Yep.
They want to add on. And you guys are dealers, so, you know, a little bit of that is in the industry. It's extra profit for you guys. Some of it might
it's their biggest profit center.
It is?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's why they won't let anybody leave without going through the box or the finance office, because that's where they sell you all the stuff that you don't need, but that's their biggest profit center.
Wow. So number one, missing features I now wish I had. About 32% of the car buyers say that is something they regret. And this is going back on surveying owners or purchasers of new cars over the last 5 years. Number two is paying too much for the car itself. We have more coming up. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by waterpros.net. You want the best water to drink? It's very simple, reverse osmosis. You want the best system? It's waterpros.net. You want the best price? It's waterpros.net. Paul the Waterman, $1,100 fully installed. Now, there's some price increases expected. If you want excellent drinking water, excellent coffee, fill up your jugs, never buy bottled water. It's waterpros.net, 303-862-5554.
Yep.
Facing a job loss? Considering a pension buyout, a severance package, or what to do with your 401k? Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, and I can help. 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
All right. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. They will take care of your roofing, your gutters, your fascia, your siding, your windows, your doors, your decks, your painting, your fencing, everything, outbuildings, and they will walk the property with you to see what kind of hail damage, if any, you have, and help you even submit the claim. It's one source, one contact for all of your exterior needs. Now, of course, it doesn't have to be hail damage. You may just want to spruce up your house. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. I've known him for, I think, now 30 years. 303-679-8509. All right, on the 11th of the month, that's of August, we're going to have a seminar explaining the program, Vestera Turnkey. Now, you can call directly and find out more. Have you ever thought about being a landlord? Well, Vestera helps you with their program through the entire process. They help locate properties to buy. They help you get the property, manage the property, rent out the property, even if there's any repair and maintenance issues, covenants, whatever comes up, problems with tenants. None of these problems usually come up. They're very, very good at what they do, but they handle it all. Vestera Turnkey, that's mybiggestreturn.com to find out about the next seminar, mybiggestreturn.com. It's in the Tech Center, and it's the 11th of August. Right now, call 303-888-3788.
No, you're fine. Thank you. Yeah, that's fine, man. We'll make that work. Appreciate you.
You know, a lot of these car buying choices are just things they just didn't, I don't know, they just rushed into it or something.
Yeah, sometimes people just, I don't know, they just, not that they want to get out of there or something, but they just don't do their research and kind of emotional buy something.
Desert protection package. What the hell?
That's right up there with the mop and glow, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I've heard, sometimes too, people assume there's something on the car and they don't ask the questions until,
and then find out they don't have it.
It's like, what do you mean the seats aren't moving or heated, or like you said, I thought they all came with heated seats, or instead of having your list with you, you forget stuff.
You fellows hit to that offline button for your headphones?
Yes.
Yeah, if you hit the offline, you can hear Tom and Kevin.
Can you hear me?
Saying awful things.
And if you want to talk to them, just talk. You don't need to turn your mics on during the break.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
All right, Tom, got them dialed in.
All right.
We're just a little over on this break. Be back in a minute.
I wish that we could get the camera up and running, but...
Is it not up there?
Oh, it is, Ray. Hold on. You got it up? Oh,
Yes,
good.
up.
Thank you. You got it. Yeah.
Well, here, let me mutter a wish to myself. I wish Tom would hit the clock.
Camera.
Oh, you did hit the clock? No, you didn't.
Oh, you didn't see him coming?
You think it's that easy,
You
Shannon?
didn't see him.
No, listen, I mean, I'm not the one with the helicopter.
Funny.
But if it does go on eBay, let me know, Tom.
Yeah, that'll be right where I sell it.
Are you?
It's everybody sells their helicopters, isn't it?
Offline.
All right, guys, stand by. Here we come.
Video app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Frank Duran, the real estate man. He will give you a market valuation of your home so you will know what it will sell for in this market based on his vast experience. There's no guessing. So if you're ever wondering what my house will sell for, this is a free or a complimentary evaluation, and it's detailed with no obligation to find out what that house will sell for. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, the real estate man.com. So Kevin Calkins with us here at an Auto Tech. We have Bob Perry and Rod Greer from JFR Cars. We're talking buying and selling cars and everything else in between. Somebody said that their regret, this is another one, their monthly payment's too high. That's number 4. So you have missing features is number 1. Pay too much is number 2. Maintenance and repair cost is number 3. Maintenance and repair cost. And then number 4, monthly payments are too high, which really goes with number 2, paying too much. So that's kind of the same thing. And then people, this is a surprising one. The 5th reason for buyer's remorse, they bought used and said, I should have bought it new. I like it so much. I don't know. I can see that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they thought I should have bought it new. Although if they buy a good used car, I guess that doesn't matter, especially if they like it enough to buy a new one. Technology features are annoying. I hate some of the technology on these cars.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not easy to get to.
The babysitter stuff.
I just, too much of it. Too much of this, babe. I don't like it. And the features, like, the one thing I don't like is let's see, what is it? I don't like what you can and cannot do on the menu, depending on if you're moving. You can't change a setting unless you come to a stop and put it in park. On the GPS, man, GPSs to enter an address. Now, mine is you can enter it verbally, but if it gets it wrong, it's impossible. It sometimes just gets it all wrong. The voice recognition seems to be a problem with me. I don't know if anyone else has had this problem.
I think phones are better anyway.
What is it?
I think the phones are better for directions.
A lot of people use their phones even though they have it in their car.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
So most cars come with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto now.
Right.
Which that gets you your
just hook it through the
your
phone.
navigation on your phone in the car.
That's
and most
exactly
cars
what it's
have-
doing. It's right up on the screen.
Yes,
I
and
mean,
that's what people
it
like.
is. It is. And it's easy. And some people use both to double check. I think that I think having a GPS is getting less and less desirable because of the CarPlay. And with the CarPlay, you have then Spotify or anything else you want to play. You can play podcasts. You can do anything else you want. Then this one is odd. The seventh reason, they picked the wrong model. Now, I don't know what that means or how you pick a wrong model, but 12.8% of the people say they regret picking the model they picked and they should have picked another model. Now, can
Probably
you
trim level.
Yep.
you think that's what it is? I should have
Yes.
gotten that because that is okay. That could be they want a different trim level. They like the way this other one looks, and they don't have the special features. The other one is the car turned out to be too small.
Yeah. He met a salesperson. That person met a salesperson instead of meeting the needs of the customer. So that happens a lot.
Where they talk you into a smaller car.
Right,
You gotta
right.
throw
This is
your
their
luggage in,
special.
it doesn't fit.
Right, right.
Cars in general, though, are smaller, right?
They are. I think so.
I mean,
No, I think a lot of models have gotten
grown.
bigger.
Yeah, they've grown.
You do?
a
Oh,
little bit
really?
Every year. Oh, yeah.
So they were shrinking for a while and then got bigger?
Yes.
Right, right. Because the car is becoming more efficient as well.
So they can
I
keep
think-
their mileage. The federal government's mandates for the fleet mileage. They call it the CAFE. They call it. It's for fleet. That producers of cars have to have an average fuel efficiency for their fleet.
Yep.
And
Right.
so they would have some really nice big ones and then some really, really small ones. So the average is out. Now they're all getting more efficient so they can have a lot more of the bigger looking models, even though they're lighter in weight. So picking the wrong models weird, the car too small. And then the other one, they regret their color choice. Now, I have found a few people regretting their color, and they all had one thing in common. Do you want to know what it was? Think of new colors now, new schemes, and what people would regret they have in common. Think, what is the most different thing that's happened to car paint in the last 5 years? What's the most different feature you've seen with car finishes? The most different thing you've ever seen.
I'm stumped.
The matte finishes.
Oh, the matte. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The new matte finishes where they just basically leave off a clear coat, don't they?
It's a different style. Yeah, it's a different finish.
In fact,
I've seen it flat with clear coat as well.
And a lot of them you can't take through a car wash when they have that
that's
finish.
right. That's right. They said the brushes will make marks on it.
Yep.
So the paint can't last that long if you can't take it through a damn car wash.
But yeah, it's a hassle then.
So anyway, that was the people that I've talked to that regretted their paint choice. It wasn't so much the color as it was the texture. They said they did not like the texture. I'd like to know if anybody ever bought a car. It's not on here, but I wonder if anybody ever bought a car that was too powerful. I know there are people.
I mean, EVs. There's people like Stephanie.
Yeah, she hated
it. Yeah,
you hated when you press on the gas, the responsiveness.
Yeah.
Well, the other one that I've had a couple of people, electric cars. They thought it was going to be one thing, and then they realized I don't like this.
Yeah, there
And
are
that's
a
been
number
some
of those
regrets.
people. It's just a whole different thing to get used to. So anyway, they regret their color choice. The next one was they didn't get enough for their trade-in, and that's pretty common. But that's why when you shop, you really have to shop with a trade-in and then know what the difference is. People don't shop the difference. They shop the trade. And it doesn't matter what somebody says they're going to give you for your car. If you don't get a good deal on the other end, it doesn't matter what they give you for your car. I've often joked about that. They give you $100,000 for your car, and you're thinking, "Oh my God, no one will ever give me $100,000." But then they charge you $175,000 for the new car, or they and the new car is worth $50,000. It's really all numbers. If you shop the difference and only the difference, you won't get burned. That's what you do. Like, how much money do I have to write on a check, or how much do I have to pay to drive away in this new car? Period. With this trade. If you shop that trade, I don't see how you go wrong shopping the difference. Do you guys?
No, that's because a lot of times they'll over allow on a trade rather than discount the new car, and you're back to the difference, what you said, and that's the important number.
Right.
Doesn't matter how they get there. But
The check you have to write to get that out the door with all taxes, insurance, trade, everything included. That's what I want to see.
Until you get to the finance office, then it all changes.
Yeah, I can't stand that. I can't stand it. By the way, it's been really, really hot. We know that a lot of people are second guessing their air. Apple Air with an E. That's AIRE, AppleAir.com. They have Daikin equipment with 12 years. Listen to this, 12 years parts and labor guarantee. 6 years full replacement. And it comes from AppleAir.com, a family owned and operated company since 1988. That's AppleAir.com.
Yep.
This is Denver's talk station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, impact traffic.
Yeah, we're still looking at some lengthy delays down south, all due to an earlier situation that occurred about 5 o'clock this morning at Castle Pines Parkway. Highway's been closed and partially closed, and we're hoping that they're reopening right now. We're still tied up on I-25 from Castle Rock, Highway 85 west of I-25, and Highway 105 up into Sedalia. Still kind of jammed up also. In the city, not bad at all. We've got a little bit of volume on 270 west through Vasquez. Pena maybe running a little heavy coming out of the airport, and I-25 a little congestion into downtown. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Taking a Walk podcast.
I'm Buzz Knight, and I'm the host of the Taking a Walk podcast. And join me for an upcoming episode with David Duchovny. That's David Duchovny, coming up on the Taking a Walk podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, when you have a personal injury or an accident and you have a bunch of questions, the last thing in the world you want is to wait a long time to see an attorney or to get started on your case or fill out forms and all of that. With John Fuller, you know what it is? One phone call. In fact, on the first phone call, you can talk to John, ask to talk to John, talk about your case, and he can get started with his staff on the very first phone call. Now, there is no obligation. You can just talk to him and find out what's what. He works on a percentage fee basis if you want to hire him. But if you don't, that's fine too. The bottom line is this. He gets started right away to make you whole again, to put you back to where you were before that accident. 303-597-4500, 303-597-4500.
Thank you. Four minutes if you're going to go make Kevin coffee.
And I was going to go get water, though.
Uh-huh.
I have a freaking upset stomach.
Hey, how you doing, sir? Good. Good. Hey, listen, I can't control this thing very well from where I'm at. So I'm gonna just pass on you today. I just can't control it today. We're getting you all the information and all that. So yeah. So let me pass and let me get control of this thing, and I can schedule the. I'm gonna reschedule it for Monday. All right. Hey, thanks. All right, thanks.
Is it hard at the shop? Or is it good to work in this heat? Or
We have big swamp coolers for the shop up on the roof.
Help?
Yeah, it keeps it at under 70 degrees in the shop.
Really?
I mean, depending on traffic, if cars are constantly coming in and out, the cars are hot, so it takes a little while to cool. But if they get everything in the night before and just crack the doors open, I can get it down to like 68, 69 degrees with swamp coolers. As long as it's dry. You know, if it's real humid, they don't work very well. But I get out, you know, one of my guys complains because it's too cold. There's always a complainer, you know. Everybody else is sweating and he's got a hoodie on because he's too cold.
Are swamps cheaper to use?
Oh yeah,
it's way cheaper.
It's just a water pump and a fan. It's nothing.
Way cheaper.
Okay.
But like I said, if it's real humid out, they don't work at all.
Okay.
It's got to be dry.
Yeah, and even when it's dry, it doesn't work as well as an air.
No.
The air feels different, but it's not bad.
In an enclosed area, the air's better. But I think in open, like a warehouse or like our shop, as big as it is, the swamp cooler actually does better. Keeps air moving better.
I forget, does your shop have a fairly liberal clothing policy for the employees on a hot day?
Oh, yeah, I don't care what they wear.
If anything.
Yeah, but for safety, they don't want to wear a lot of... I wouldn't want to wear shorts in a shop.
A couple guys do. Yeah, they do. I don't know why. You know, well, you see Jeff, he's in shorts 24/7, 365.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, he's working on trannies, so he needs...
Oh, yeah, that's...
Huh? What?
That tranny joke never gets old.
Yeah, I know.
Here we go.
Indeed. Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. By the way, Gravina's has the greatest windows, 50 lines of windows. More than just quality, they have selection, and they've been around 60 years or more. 950 West Evans, gravinas.com. So when we're talking cars, by the way, we can talk anything you want, and I do have some other questions that came in by text, and you can certainly text us. We'd love if you call. Give us a call if you have a problem, question, or complaint at 303-713-TALK. You'll get right through 303-713-8255. You can also call 303-MARTINO 24/7, 303-627-8466. And by the way, when it comes to regrets on cars, we went down basically. Number one was missing features. Number two, paid too much. Number three, maintenance and repair costs. Then monthly payments. The other one was bought used instead of new. Technology features are annoying. They picked the wrong model. They chose a car that was too small. They regret their color choice. They didn't get enough for their trade-in. And then the other one was they chose the wrong type, meaning gas, hybrid, EV. Some people who bought EVs are sorry they didn't buy a hybrid. Others who bought hybrids said they wanted all EV. Some people say they're sorry they went EV to begin with. EV is different. It is definitely a different animal. You got to get used to knowing what your ranges are and knowing when to charge and how to charge. And it is a different animal. It's a more responsive animal, and some people don't like that. They don't understand 100% efficiency to the wheel. They don't understand that. I mean, it is. And I don't know why electric motors didn't take on sooner. Why electric cars took so long. I don't know why. Maybe because of battery technology.
The battery was the biggest hang-up. Yeah, they're just now. It's still in its infancy if you think about it. It's constantly changing.
The next one was they bought new instead of used. So remember, we had the one that said the fifth reason they bought used and wanted new. Instead, they should have bought new. And the 12th reason is they bought new instead of used. So you have both buyers with regrets. I should have gotten this new, or I should have gotten this used. And then the other one is they picked the wrong brand. Now that I don't understand. If you buy a car and you like the features and stuff, how do you figure out it's the wrong brand? What about a brand would bring you to that conclusion? Guys, can you think of anything? I don't know. I mean, brand is the number one thing I look for. I mean, I look for the product itself, but I want a good brand behind it. The problem is, to be honest with you, nowadays, brand doesn't mean anything. I mean, it really does.
So if you look at the last 2 or 3 years, what sold or leased a lot of these cars and electric cars was the payment, because they had all that government money. They had federal tax incentives, state tax incentives. It was, $13,000 plus, and that made a $200 payment on an electric car, and that's why people got them. They wouldn't have had the same choice in a gas car, and that's what they had to do to get rid of cars. And again, that was all leasing, and which is good, because then they have an out at the end of the lease and they can give it back because it won't hold its value.
If somebody wants a screaming deal on a used car, you go and look for an EV.
Oh, yeah.
You will get screaming deals. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing the deals you get. And there aren't that many miles on the damn car, and they sell like crazy. I mean, people are willing to do that to get into the market, but there's nothing wrong with the car. They just sell. I think people, they start fearing the battery life, I think, and they start thinking, okay, I got to get something better or something with a newer battery. But I wonder, worst case scenario, if you got a car at a great deal and in a few years had to change batteries, has anyone actually gone through that? I wonder. Have you actually gone through, or do they junk the damn cars before that? I don't know if I've ever known anyone anywhere who's actually bought a car, had a car long enough, or bought a used car and had to change out the batteries.
Yeah. So hybrids, that could have happened because that technology's been around a long time. The electric cars have a longer warranty on their batteries. So some of them are 10 years, 150,000 miles on the battery. So they haven't had to deal with it yet. But when you look at a used electric car that's 8 years old, you're not going to want to buy it because it might be getting close to needing a battery and it won't be under warranty.
But
and
I wonder what that battery will cost. Are we talking 10,000?
It varies a lot.
They've dropped down
from
quite a
$5,000 to
bit.
$20,000 for some of them.
They have dropped down.
It depends on the car.
But again, when you're talking about that value after 7 years, what do you do?
But I think it all has to do. I think it all has to do with the battery, because the cars themselves, or maybe the technology changes and you can't upgrade them. That could have something to do with it. But I think if somebody bought, it's like with aircraft, when you get toward where it needs an engine, because engines time out. People think that's the end of the world, and it's not. The airframes are like new. Put an engine in it, and you have a beautiful aircraft, and it's a fraction of the cost of buying one with or a newer one. And I think that it would have to be true. If you went on to cars.com right now, you can pick up the most beautiful plaid Model S for a song. And then if you had to put a battery in that, I mean, it can't be that impossible that you wouldn't save money. I mean, you'd still save money over it.
Then you're probably $15,000. So even at that, I mean, the price, like you said, it's.
I mean, I've seen beautiful EVs, beautiful near new EVs for $30,000 and $40,000.
$100,000 new.
Beautiful cars, beautiful cars. And I'm not sure that's why, Bob, you said a lot of leasing companies, they don't like leasing electric cars, right? That's why you have to go to the manufacturers usually.
Correct, because they don't know the future value, and that's a key to leasing. And so, there's even used car leasing that you can do if it's 6 model years or newer. You can lease used cars, and they won't touch an EV because nobody knows the future, and it gets farther into the life of that car. That's when the expense could start, and they don't want those cars back.
And then I'm wondering, with battery technology, will they be retroactive? In other words, can you go back, or what do you call it, compatible?
Retrofit the new stuff.
You would hope.
Because if they're compatible and they have better technology, that could make these used cars worth a lot more. Okay, so anyway, they bought the wrong brand, and then the last one, the car was just too big. That's the last regret. Those are the top 14 regrets. Guys, have you ever had people turn around and I mean, I've seen this a lot with certain model cars where they literally trade them in within months. I mean, they just made a mistake and said, forget it, I want out of it. Have you seen that? Have you seen that?
I have seen that. In fact, I've had a couple of customers, and the first scenario was it was just too expensive. Hey, can you get me out of this? Or I bought this car at this dealership and they overcharged me. Can you get me out of this? Right, I need a lower payment. And then the last one would be, I had an older gentleman who had an electric car and he paid crazy money for it, and
he just didn't like it.
He just said, I can't hear it at the stop sign. I can't.
They just feel weird about it. I know they don't know if it's running or not. They feel weird. That's the number one complaint about an EV is they just don't understand them. It's a whole different animal.
It's generational for the most part. You get kids and they love them, but the older generation just hasn't stepped into it. For what
Mark's old and he has one.
No, Mark is adaptable to that. He loves the technology. I love technology. The technology is not what bothers me. I mean, again, my main thing was taking a bath on what I have, and then on an electric car, I don't think I have a problem with it, but I can't find a model that has everything. And I truly was getting ready to pull a trigger on either an X or an S, but when they stopped making them, I don't like that. Mm-hmm. I just don't like that Tesla stopped making them. I don't like orphaned models. They scare me, and I think they have way less value in the future than if they were still making them. Don't you think it's going to be harder to sell an S when they're not making them anymore?
Well, and especially the Tesla, because when you get in an accident or you need parts, there's only certain body shops that are authorized to fix them,
right?
And order the parts. And as they become older and more scarce, you're not going to be able to get parts.
I think that might be a problem. We have more coming up. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Speaking of cars, don't forget to get an insurance checkup. Compass Insurance Group. They do free insurance checkups to make sure that you're not overinsured or not paying too much. 303-996-9000.
Yep.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Yeah, we're still looking at some lengthy delays down south, all due to an earlier situation that occurred about 5 o'clock this morning at Castle Pines Parkway. Highway's been closed and partially closed, and we're hoping that they're reopening right now. We're still tied up on I-25 from Castle Rock, Highway 85 west of I-25, and Highway 105 up into Sedalia. Still kind of jammed up also. In the city, not bad at all. We've got a little bit of volume on 270 west through Vasquez. Pena maybe running a little heavy coming out of the airport, and I-25 a little congestion into downtown. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Taking a Walk Podcast.
I'm Buzz Knight, and I'm the host of the Taking a Walk podcast. And join me for an upcoming episode with David Duchovny. That's David Duchovny, coming up on the Taking a Walk podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, when we love a company, there's a few reasons. First, we want heritage. Like Gravina's Windows, siding and doors have been around like 65 years, started by granddad, taken over by his son. Now the grandson is running it. And we love selection and quality, and they have 50 lines of windows in all manner of models and shapes and sizes and features. And they have many lines of siding and doors. So you have selection, you have longevity, you have heritage, and best of all, great value and great prices because of the volumes they do. Go to gravinas.com and find out more. Gravinas.com or 303 Gravina.
That was very nice. I was subtle, understated.
Okay.
Sublime.
Yes, thanks.
Uh-huh. We've already begged the callers not to hang up.
Thank you. I knew you would. I was just going to say that. You're reading my freaking mind. That people are so whatever.
I might do suicide by donut later or something.
Suicide by donut. That's great.
I really feel I'm eating a lot of crap. Just so bad. Like a GLP stew would be good.
Stew with it.
Yeah. Like an Ozempic gumbo. Sausage and shrimp and pills.
Have you heard about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation?
Well, the project I was wanting to accomplish was my driveway. I wanted to see if I could get something that looked halfway decent, that would last a while. We also had a side patio surface redone.
Garage, basement, patios, sidewalks, driveways, Galaxy will transform your surface in as little as 1 day.
The crew was very, very good, excellent. The end result was just super. It is non-slippable surface. And get this, if you want to make sure you're not going to have any people slipping or sliding when it rains.
All right, let's see.
The end result was just super. It was very easy to keep this surface clean. I had tire tracks all over it, and I just took out my hose, sprayed it down, and it looks just like new again.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook.
Let's see. We're looking at cars here from the morons. You know, Rolly was here the other day for.
Oh yeah, how's he doing?
He's doing okay, and he wasn't on the show, but he was here for something else, and he had an old, not that old, but he had a Avalanche.
Blazer?
Avalanche. I love the Avalanche is such a great vehicle. I don't know why they stopped making them.
Well, they made the crew cab pickup, which was almost the same thing.
Yeah, because of that small bed. Yeah, and then
pretty
you
much
put it
same
back.
thing.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
Don't have the flexibility of opening up the back, like the Avalanche did. You can take that window out, or
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. They are a lot alike. It's the four-door little pickup.
a half-ton crew cab. So it's got a little, like my truck's got a 4.5-foot bed. So, if you're hauling sheets of plywood and stuff, it's a pain. But I don't, so it's not.
Did they? So they got rid of that truck completely, and
The
they
Avalanche.
didn't even market the label. Did they? Okay.
The Avalanche.
The new EV looks a lot like the Avalanche.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think
the new
I thought
EV,
it was
Chevy's EV.
Yeah.
The truck.
Oh,
if you look,
it's
at
an EV.
It's an EV. It looks a lot like the Avalanche style.
Just looks just like it, but I just assumed
I
they
can't remember what it's
put
called.
the name
the
on
Chevy EV pickup or something. Yeah,
Here you go.
it's $100,000.
Radio app for live Fox coverage of every game.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Let's go to the phones and we'll go back to our discussion. So, Kate has a question on EV cars. Go ahead, Kate.
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
Just a quick question regarding charging an EV. Does it hurt the battery to use a regular extension cord, in your garage rather than putting in a charger? Is it bad for the battery?
Okay, no. If you have the cord doesn't hurt the battery, but the cord might get warm if you have too much amperage going through it. But you can buy the right kind of cord at Home Depot and use a regular 110 outlet. It doesn't hurt the battery to charge it in a 110 outlet, but it takes a lot longer. So you would have to keep that plugged in whenever you're home. But it is possible. You do not need a charger. They come with adapters where you can plug it in to the regular wall socket, and but you just have to use like a commercial extension cord, just one of those big orange cords you see at Home Depot.
Heavier cord.
A heavier cord. And no, it doesn't hurt the battery at all.
But it's also extremely slow.
It is slow,
I mean,
but if you keep it, if you
absolutely.
don't drive a lot and you always keep it plugged in at home, you can get away with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just
That's
have
what
to
I
keep
was
it
wondering.
plugged in.
Yeah.
And I forget what they said. Some of them charge better than others on that 110 outlet. Some of them, they go by miles per hour, they call it. So it's the miles you get in an hour of charging. But it's not that bad. It's not that bad, Kate. Paul, you have a question. Go ahead, Paul. What is your question?
My question involves repair facility charging a shop supply fee that I feel is kind of excessive. I think the fee should be part of their overhead, but they don't quite see it that way. What do you guys think?
Okay, these guys, I'm going to have an ease in the business.
It's been a debate for 50 years.
I always say, why not just charge the right price? Why have a separate line item, shop supplies? I think it's because you want to show that the repair itself costs a certain amount.
It's just been so long. I really can't say one way or the other. Should we just bump everything 2% and erase that charge, or be open about it? It's 6 of 1 to me. But yeah, I consider it could be annoying.
Does it bother you? Because it does bother me.
It does. The repair, the estimate is $591 for an EGR valve replacement, and the shop supplies are $75.
Oh, no, that's way too much.
That's way too much of a percentage.
No.
But I would ask for an estimate with shop supplies. But you bring up a good point. If you want to make more points, stay on the line. Tim also will talk to you about transporting a car. More on that coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Paul, I was on the phone. Were you done, or do you still need to have a question?
Yeah, that is. So this EV pickup.
Yeah, the EVLT. They're cheaper than I remembered them.
They have a Blazer EV. Did you know that?
Yep.
Kevin, I'm of course fine paying your shop supply fees so long as those
But
supplies
these are all EVs, right? No.
Or is Kevin not
Silverado. It's the Silverado EV.
Oh, Tom's in it, stuck in a group.
I'm sorry.
Kevin, I'm happy to pay that fee so long as I know it's going to a 18-pack of Pabst Blue Ribbon and the latest copy of Jugs.
That's what the break room's for. Yep.
So there it is right there. That's a beautiful truck.
Yeah, it is.
How about this? What's that little minimalist truck? Slate?
Oh, I think that's what they're called. Are you talking about the little Japanese ones?
Mm-hmm. Is it Japanese? I don't know.
Maybe if we're thinking about
Slate. I thought.
That new Silverado definitely reminds me of the Avalanche. I don't know if the interior
Slate
is the same.
truck.
I want to look at this stupid thing. The EVs.
Is it this little thing?
So the Silverado EV, it's a good-looking car.
I should do that again. Crank it up.
They look like they almost look like an avalanche.
Well, no.
Very similar.
They really do. Look at the distance on that EV, though, Tom.
No, I'll look for that.
What is it?
It's over 450 miles, I believe.
It does look like the back opens up like the Avalanche used to as well.
Oh, no, I've seen these. Okay.
There's not even cars that's getting that kind of miles.
Yep.
On a charge.
I'm going to ask.
I wonder what kind of auto drive they.
The Slate is an upcoming ultra-affordable electric truck, starting around $24,950.
Yeah, the back on that opens up
it has
just
an
like the
estimated range
Avalanche
of
used to,
205
so you can
miles,
put
a payload
like a full
of 1,550
8 foot
pounds,
of cargo
and a towing
into the
capacity
back.
of 2,000 pounds.
That's
It
pretty
also
cool.
features highly customizable modular parts.
24.95 is what it said.
Yep. Starts at 25 grand.
Interesting.
That is crazy. That's cheaper than a Tesla.
I wonder how they're going to hold up.
Well, you just lease it so you can run. Any new, it's just, I think it's second year for it.
That's way more.
I hope it's not too late to get that
Like,
explosive
they're 70
diarrhea
grand.
at Taco Bell.
You're gonna go there after.
Well, any pickup truck is 70
We'll
grand.
get a 24
so you're not
pack
gonna get
of
a gas one for less.
Supremes.
I haven't
just the
seen
truck
one
in
at the
general.
auction, so I don't know what they're going for on the used market yet.
So it's third year, 04, 05, no 06. That's not that new.
Can you believe Ford lost like $4.5 billion on their electric program?
Why?
It just didn't sell.
Yeah, the cars and stuff just didn't sell. They just had to bail.
Chrysler walked away from their electric program.
They did completely?
I think it's going to be in the future, but I just think that we weren't ready.
They just pushed it too hard. They forced it on everybody. With the EPA stuff coming and everything in 30 years is going to be, electric. And I mean, they're having blackouts now, with trying to run air conditioning. What are you going to do with all the electric stuff?
And then data centers.
Yeah, that's the other one. Yeah.
Huh. Nuclear would have fixed this, but,
Yeah.
sissies.
Well, I think that's still in play, especially the personal reactors that they're doing.
I know.
You can get your own nuclear reactor on your roof for your own enjoyment.
And you fuel it every 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Can you
How
imagine?
far out is that, though?
They have right now the technology for the portable nuclear reactors. It's already there. They can fuel the data center by themselves, but the permits are hard to get for them. And all you do is you put these little BBs in there, these little radioactive BBs, and it'll last 10 years.
Wow.
Because it's still like heating a medium.
It can
and
do a
then
whole
it
goddamn.
making
It's
steam,
like
right?
those little portable generators can do a whole city.
Wow.
I mean, the technology is incredible.
Yeah, it's already in submarines, right?
Yep.
Right.
Same thing.
It makes sense to me.
I don't know why this became a political thing either, but it is. And liberals
Well,
are
because
against them. Liberals are
never-
against nuclear power.
Never forget, a solution does not line your pockets. A problem does.
Yep.
Why, though?
Got the lease payments on a Silverado.
Why are Democrats against nuclear power?
Did you see
Well,
the lease
Tom, it's a
payments
little
on
like
that Silverado?
cancer. If they could solve cancer,
1,000
you wouldn't have
and a
paid as much as you
10,000
did.
year lease.
With how much down?
That's a lot.
It's
But
just
it was a hell of a
3,500
check.
down, but they range. They said 730 to 1,050, depending on trim and But 750 a month with 3,500 down, but that's only 10,000 miles a year.
Yep, you have to attract people by the payment to begin with, and then reality later.
Yep.
I want to go cause trouble at
Yeah, that's the other thing that people realize. Hey, I paid too much, and they want us as brokers. A lot of times, as brokers, to get them out of a bad situation because their payments are too high.
Oof.
I'm
Yeah, it's
I'm
too
plenty
late
awake
now.
right now, but I want another.
They're just that good. They are so good. It's unhealthy.
Oh,
Everything good is unhealthy.
thinking about drinking another Monster. If it takes a year off my life, that was a year that was going to be at the end when things are crappy anyway. I want to enjoy it now.
I tell you, these cars, these.
You know the monsters with the screw tops, like the.
Oh yeah,
top?
yeah.
I used to drink sometimes two of those a day.
They were easily the 36 ounce. Right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and it was all of the white Monster.
Oh, I'm all white all the time. Love that. I don't even know what they say that flavor is. But.
Lucid is in trouble right now.
It is.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm seeing lots of new ads for them too. I wonder if they're trying real hard.
They're trying to sell them. They have a nice supplies of those cars out there, and they just can't sell
They
them.
got a new model with a party bench in the front. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that.
The front trunk lifts up and
Is
it's got
Lucid
a bench in there with cup
the
holders.
pickup truck with the weird lights?
Yeah.
No.
No,
that's not Lucid.
That's Rivian. That's right.
Rivian.
Yeah.
You're right.
Right.
You're right. Rivian.
Here we go, guys.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino and Major Marc Mager.
Hello, I'm Tom. Welcome to the show. Mark is out and about, and we are here with the car people today. And by the way, if we're talking about cars, let's talk about One Clear Choice garage doors for your garage door needs. They are the best. That's it. I've known them for years, used them for 6 or 7 doors. They'll do inspections. They'll do new springs, new openers, any part of the opener, any part of the door itself. They're factory authorized on most stores. What I like about them is they have 24/7 service. They're great people and they know what they're doing. Okay. They're not just some guy in a pickup truck or some guy in a SUV. This is a well-oiled machine. OneClearChoiceDoors.com 720-370-3987 720-370-3987. So let's continue talking to you. Tim wants to know about auto transporting. We get that call a lot. And I have to think that JFR Cars has an idea since they probably transport cars. Tim, is that what you're looking for? Did you find a car out of state?
Yeah, my stepfather passed away and left me a car. It's a 1970 Oldsmobile Cutlass 442 convertible, and it's in mint shape, and I don't want anything to happen to it.
Wow.
That's more than just
but it's
transport,
in
though.
Connecticut, and I'm out here in Colorado.
Yeah,
right.
That's a special
Yeah, you
transport.
probably want an enclosed transporter on that one. If it's.
Do you guys know of any at JFR?
We can always request a closed transport. I don't have that information in front of me, but we can help.
So do you work through a broker?
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you two I've used in the past, and I'm telling you this for a reason. Not because they're bad. They're not on the referral list because it's not a consumer-centric business. They mainly work for dealers, but they will do private transports, and I've used them in the past. Now, like I said, that's all I can say. I can't vouch for them, like, telling you that they're on the referral list and all that. But they're really good people. One is JS Auto Transport. JS Auto Transport. And it's 774 855 774 damn it. It's 855. I keep saying 8. So it's 774-855-1473. The other one is Baja Transport. And I believe Baja that name was given to me from Sharpest Rides. I believe they use them. But they're good people too. And I believe they're still around. They're at 303-872-3672. So, and then of course you can also call Jeff R Cars and ask them who they use. They can ask a broker. They use people from time to time. JFRcars.com, 303-520-6839. You know,
Does he have the zip code?
Do you know where it's going, Tim, or where it's coming from? I mean,
it's coming from Connecticut, Derby, Connecticut. I think it's like I have to look it up. I can't remember the zip code, but it's like middle of Connecticut.
What year is the car?
70.
70?
1970.
And what is it worth? What is a car like that worth?
A convertible 442 and,
442 convertible?
Yeah,
40,
probably
50,
40, 50 grand easy.
Yeah.
Or more if it's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
God, that's nice. What are you going to do with it, Tim?
Well, my mom and him, they both died, and I'm just going to honor them by taking it to car shows and, maybe take it to work a few times. I'm going to store it in my garage. I don't want anything to happen to it. I know that was their prized possession, and I'm honored to have it.
Has it been restored, or was it original condition?
Most of it's original. I mean, he did some motor work and had to change a carburetor and stuff like that, but the paint and the interior is all original.
Wow.
It's sweet.
That is really good. That is really incredible.
That's the one they want.
Yeah. And 442s. Did he say it was a Chevy, or he means an Oldsmobile?
It's
an
Oldsmobile, but it's a Cutlass, and the 442 is a performance Cutlass.
Okay.
So it's a step above a normal Cutlass.
Yeah, I remember what they look like. I remember seeing them, but not I've never seen a convertible one.
They're rare. Yeah.
Rare. Yeah. With the Hearst shifter.
Does
it have the Hearst shifter? Yeah.
What do you mean by that, the shifter?
It's just all upgrades for racing and everything else. It's a brand.
Okay. Yeah. So, Tim, good luck to you. Let us know what happens. Man, we'd love to see it when it gets to town. Meanwhile, if you guys have a problem, a question, or complaint, give us a call at 303-713-TALK. That's the iHeart number, 713-8255. Or you can call 303-MARTINO. That's 303-627-8466. Getting back to our news we were talking about, and did you know the buying regrets for cars, by the way, there are also things people prioritize when they buy a car. Okay, we talked about the regrets people have, but according to this big survey of 5 years of car ownership, I don't think it's difficult to figure out the number one reason people pick a car. The number one reason people pick a car. Guys, number one reason. What is it? Come on. The number one reason is
the way it looks.
Price.
Oh,
price, payment.
Price. Number two is fuel efficiency. Now, just to let you know, 75% of the people, price is the most important factor. Then it drops dramatically to 39% who say fuel efficiency. Then brand reputation. But I don't think it's brand reputation as much as it is brand status. Mm-hmm. I know they say reputation, but I think it's like Mercedes and Beamer, and a lot of these are getting by on their status or their what they used to be
brand
status.
Loyalty too. There's people, if you drive a Subaru, you'll always drive one. Subaru owners are fanatics about Subarus, and Toyota owners the same way. So,
yep.
Now, but to get to the top 10, there's actually only 9 listed here. But to get to those, you expect price. I would expect that. Fuel, because really, no matter how much you like a car, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it.
Sure.
Fuel efficiency, then brand reputation. After that, what do they look for? Style. The actual appearance and style. Now, to me, this is what I look for first. Style and appearance, then price. That doesn't mean I'll pay anything. What I mean is, if it passes the style and appearance, then I look at price. I don't bother looking at price unless I like the style and appearance. I want to make sure it looks good for I don't care about fuel efficiency either or brand. What I like is if it looks beautiful, if it's a beautiful, cool looking car.
Well, it's got to be comfortable too, though.
Yeah, that's right. That's all part of it.
Yep.
I like that luxury sport kind of luxurious feel. And if it passes that for me, then I go to price and then the brand. But anyway, style is number 4. Number 5 is availability. So a lot of people do not want to wait for a car. To me, that's the dumbest thing in the world. If you like something, wait for it. I mean, unless it's an ungodly.
Yeah, 6 months or something. Yeah.
But availability, people say they will not buy a car if they can't get it right away, or at least 27.7% of the people. And then number 6, safety. Now, for a lot of people, safety is number 1. Safety is number 1. For me, I don't know. I'm not saying I want a rattle trap or I want something that's going to fall apart, but I come from the thought that most cars are basically safe. And that's not too unreasonable, is it? Most of them are reasonably safe.
Oh, yeah, there's better.
There's a high standard now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So anyway, price, fuel efficiency, brand reputation, style, availability, safety features. The next one, number 7 on the list, technology. I like technology. I do. I don't want too much of it. I want this balance in technology. But I'm really severely disappointed in auto features, in auto driving features, except for Tesla. Tesla wrote the book, and I think this is where EVs are going to drop market. If they can't offer the automation that Tesla can offer, they're never going to make it.
Tom, do you like like buttons better, or do you like the digital and touch screen and all that? I just find
I like touch screen with the option of a rotor mouse or some kind of a selection pad. I like touch screen with the option. So I have a touch screen on my car, but it has the option of near your right wrist of having the wheel, and then you push the center of the wheel. So it's like a mouse, but it's you turn it, and you turn it to find your selection and then press on the center of it to select it. So it's a combination of the two. I don't like classic buttons. No, I don't.
Okay. There was an article that was saying that the manufacturer was going back. They had so many complaints about the touch screens, but people were just wanting to go back to the old dial and a lot of the features. So,
yeah.
So a lot of cars now have voice activation. So
good voice activation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like General Motors, you say, "Hey Google, change my radio station to 6:30 a.m." and it'll do it, or change the temperature in the car to 72 degrees. You don't have to even take your eyes off the road.
And that's AI integration. And my car, it's a 2022, has no AI integration. It has a voice that talks to you, but it's not AI. You have to give it commands it knows. I've always said the technology is there right now where you should be able to say, first of all, you give the car a name. Hey, car, adjust my seat, or hey, car, turn on the seat heat. You shouldn't have to fumble through controls, or hey, car, park assist off. Period. So you don't have to fumble through. I have to go through about 10 menus to get to park assist to turn off the mirrors folding. And you shouldn't have to do that with the technology we have. AI should do everything. And then at the very least, you have a backup of a touchscreen. But to have to fumble through a manual online is so stupid. And I think I would put that way up on my priority list, how they integrate AI. For the functions of the car itself, AI, turn on the seat heat. Or, car, turn on the heated seat. driver's side, turn on the heated seat, back seat, whatever. You should be able to talk just like that. With the way the large language models work, they should be able to integrate with your auto manual very easily. 303-713-8255. More coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Remember, Renew Home Innovations has Italian porcelain showers, the most beautiful showers you're going to find, custom made with imported porcelain that they do directly. The best price for your Italian porcelain custom shower, done in 1 or 2 days with a year to pay. No interest. Think of that. No interest, no payments. That's 303-904-2000. RenewHomeInnovations.com.
Very nice.
Need fresh breath fast? Order Zellman's online in just a few clicks and save 15%. Go to ZELMINS.com and use
Coming right back to you.
code SAVE for fresh, clean breath delivered. Don't let bad breath ruin the moment. Stay confident and save 15% with code SAVE on Zellmans.com today.
Fix It 24/7. The name says it all. They want to fix it. And in this time of extreme heat, they want to make your furnace or your air conditioner work at 100% efficiency. They do a refurbishment. That's a complete breakdown. They take it apart. They clean every nook and cranny. They put it back together. They tune it and adjust it. And they add life and efficiency for just $39. Listen, you pay more than that in coffee for a week. Just $39. And if there are any issues anywhere in your house, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, they do free second opinions. So call Fix It 24/7, 720-526-3939, or go to the website fixmyhome.com. Now, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. If you want to sell a house for more money and faster than the market, call him. Get it listed. He knows what he's doing. I've used him for a few houses. Mark's used him. We've all referred him to many people. People love Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Right now, he'll do a free analysis of your home with no obligation to see what it will sell for if you're curious about selling your house. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
Awesome. 4 minutes.
Okay. Did what? Oh, that sucks. That sucks. But that's easy to fix, right?
I'm going to solder wires and stuff. Now the wires going to the speaker, but severed the cable.
Oh.
It's kind of behind the wall.
What about, oh.
They do get it, don't they?
Well, especially like some of us drive. If we get a humid day, it just turns everything up.
That's what I had in my house.
Yeah. I had that. I put air conditioning in. We had to furnace up against Father Tom anyway. That's where you might as well.
Facing a job loss? Considering a pension buyout, a severance package, or what to do with your 401k? Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, and I Can Help. 728-488-8654.
Tom, did you spend all your time in Florence when you went to Italy?
Mm-hmm. We did the whole Florence area, and yeah, that's it. Because we didn't have enough time. There's not enough time when you only go for, we were only there for like a little less than, I don't know, a little more than a week. So. Yeah, but it was jam-packed. It was jam-packed. It was good. I got a question for Kevin on here about brakes. Okay. Brakes, Kevin. Like front brakes,
Oh, yeah, you go to the long.
They do, huh? Yeah.
All right.
On the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, Tom Martino. Welcome. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So we've been talking about things that people regret in buying a car and then things that people really want. And one is, of course, they look for in the priorities: price, fuel efficiency, brand, then style and appearance, availability. They don't want to wait. Most people do not want to wait. Safety.
Most cars available now anymore, because through COVID, there was a lot of that.
I don't know, guys at JFR Cars, are most cars readily available, or do you have to order them a lot of times?
So something they learned, the dealers and the manufacturers during COVID, is they could sell less cars and make more money. And that's a good business model. So, the popular cars are still hard to get. I mean, you have to pick an incoming car that's 2 or 3 months out, wait for a deal to fall apart. But the hot cars are still hot and hard to get.
Wow. Yeah, and they found people are willing to wait.
Okay.
And, they don't look for the deals like they used to. I mean, during COVID, I had people say to me, which I never thought I'd ever hear, are we getting this for MSRP or do we have to pay more?
Right. As opposed to the other way around. How much under MSRP?
Yes. What kind of deal am I getting?
Does anyone do any dealing anymore, or is everything MSRP or above? Have we really been conditioned now to pay MSRP?
I think we have. Absolutely.
And cars don't have much markup in them anymore like they used to. So it's kind of hard to get a deal on a car that doesn't have any markup. So, they need incentives, and those are limited on the cars that aren't popular.
Do you think you can get dollar for dollar? Do you think you can get a better deal on a new or a used car?
I think new, but
it's still a little tough to get great deals because even I buy from the auction a lot, and the numbers are, sometimes it's just the same as retail because the demand is so high. So it can be both ways. I imagine Bob does a little bit more new than I do. So I'd say it could be easily go either way.
So
not a lot of
why
inventory.
is demand so high for certain? I mean, you hear that people can't afford houses, that interest rates are crazy, and things aren't going so well for the working person. So why are cars in such demand?
Well, again, they've created a shortage, and that's on purpose.
Okay.
That way they can get more money
we're
for
not
cars.
back. We're not back to pre-COVID supplies.
No, not at all.
Probably never will be.
No.
Tom, I'd like to ask a question. What cars are in so much demand that people are willing to wait to order?
Or go over invoice.
Right.
I mean, just the cars with the good reputations, the Toyotas, the Lexus, the Honda, even Kias and Hyundais now have got some models that are very popular and hard to get. Yeah. Domestic cars, not so much. Well, actually, the domestic car makers don't even make sedans anymore. They're all crossovers, SUVs, and trucks.
And Kia is one of the hottest companies out there right now. I think their percentage was, they made more money percentage-wise than a lot of the companies out there. So it's up in the upper echelon for the first time on demand, just because of their styling, the quality, and then when you throw in 100,000-mile warranty in 10 years, you got a winning scenario.
The German cars, are they still up there in desirability?
Well, if you're talking cars like sedans, no. If you're talking crossovers and SUVs, yes.
So when we talk German cars, we're talking Beamer, Mercedes, Porsche.
Yeah.
What else?
Audi.
So they're all selling pretty well.
Well, and one of the things that they are selling, I imagine, I think the market is down for the German cars. They are down, and but one of the things I have noticed quite a bit, if you're buying a used German car, the people dump them right at 50,000 miles because that's when the warranty expires. So that's kind of where you get your best deals if you're going to go with a German car. I'd go used just because of the depreciation.
Yeah, and they're still pretty good cars at that moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And people tend to take good care of the cars. As far as I'm seeing more, again, this is a puzzle to me, more and more Range Rovers than I've ever seen, ever. And I'm not sure why.
They're a better car than they used to be.
Okay, they are. But they're still, Kevin.
They're tough. Yeah, they're very, very expensive. Extremely expensive.
And do they have a lot of proprietary parts?
Everything on there's proprietary. There's nothing that they stole from anybody else. It's all its own. Yeah.
Kevin, are they putting other manufacturers' engines in their car? Ford had them for a while. BMW had them for a while. So who's their engine source now?
I'm not sure. We don't deal with a lot of it.
Okay.
When I see them or people ask, we just turn them down because they are so difficult for us to source things for.
Yeah, I'm buying one out of Florida right now. It should be here next week, but it is a little bit more expensive. I've just checked around and done some numbers, and even their service department is just overall more expensive than the norm.
For the Range Rover.
For the Range Rover.
And I'm guessing, I don't know for a fact, but demographics of a Range Rover buyer, purchaser, lessee rather, is probably a lot higher than other cars because people that own them like them and they put up with what they have to put up with.
Right.
Yeah, you'd be surprised what people will do for the style part of it.
Yep.
Now, on the list of things people look for: price, fuel efficiency, brand, style, availability, safety features, technology. Next is recommendations and reviews. About 15% of all car buyers go by recommendations and reviews. So that's a large number of car buyers that look for that. And you'll find reviews and recommendations a lot online. And so anyway, 15% of the people deal for that. Now, this is a small number, and it should be, because I think it's the dumbest reason in the world not to buy a car. And that is the dealer experience. First of all, you don't need a dealer experience. If you go to like JFR Cars, they can source you a car from any dealer. But the other thing is, even if you have a bad dealer experience, what difference does it make if you got the price and the product you want? And then you just move on. You don't have to take it there to be serviced. See, dealer experience, while I think dealers can do a lot better in making the experience better, for sure they can. I think they don't know. I don't think dealers even know what it means to have a good experience at their dealership. I really don't think they care either.
No, it's always a 6-hour ordeal to buy a car because of you have to go through the box, the finance office, and it's just a process that they do. And by the time you get home with your new car, you're worn out.
You are. And a lot of times, because you are worn out, you don't want to go through that again. You are apt to keep that deal, not to argue about it, and you're definitely not going to go buy something else. So,
and Tom, what if you can buy a car and you know your numbers before you get to the dealership, and you have 15, 25, 30 minutes to process everything, and you're on the road again? That's what we as brokers are. That's what we do. All those things are taken care of. There's no screaming and yelling. It's just, hey, this is what it is, and come on in. Come pick up your car. That's it.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I mean, the idea of having to stay at a dealership for 5 or 6 hours is ridiculous.
Exhausting.
It is.
I hate
And
it.
we can do electronic paperwork now, so people can sign all their paperwork before we show up with the car. They come to pick it up, so it's 10 minutes after you're done with the paperwork.
Right.
You have all your copies, and it's a no-brainer.
There's no fun in that.
I think online, I think shopping online, if you're shopping for a new vehicle where an inspection is really less important. I mean, if you know a new car, I mean, they're all going to drive about the same and be about the same. Then totally online is fine for me. I wouldn't do that with a used car. But as far as a new car, I would have no qualms with that.
There's a lot of folks, the vending company, the vending car company, the one has the big vending, Carvana, whoever it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've never seen a car come out of there in my life. I mean,
I haven't either, but
do people actually show up there and
ride the elevator up to the top?
Wait, like, does it have a?
You get a discount.
I think you put a quarter in at the bottom.
So you do it online, then you go to a Carvana location and you put a code in, and it delivers the car.
You actually put in a large coin.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sure.
No, I've done it for my daughter.
You do not put in a large coin.
Yeah, I did.
And it's coded for that car?
Whatever. Oh, that's not the point, but it's a big, 4-inch coin. You drop in a thing, and then it lights up, and the car comes down.
Well, then it has to know which car, but you buy it online, right?
Yep.
It would have taken a small coin if you'd have bought it through us.
I'm fully aware of the mistakes I've made.
All right, let's take a break. We got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Please, if you have any problems, questions, complaints, especially car experiences, we'd love to hear them, especially if you had a wonderful car experience. I want to tell you about GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Somebody asked the other day, what else do they do other than the siding and the windows and the doors and the decks and the painting? They do interior work as well. As the weather, we're a long way from there, but they do basements and baths as well, and they do mold detection and remediation. GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
Thank you. Nothing here.
Perfect. You got it. I'll tell you what. I'll put you on a hold. If you don't mind hanging on through this break, you'll be able to ask them, okay?
Wow. It's
the daughter's aunt, so wife on the exit, whatever, bought her the car. Well, they're not listening anymore in there.
What? I am.
No. I was going to tell Rod.
The next caller.
Rod, that yes, I know I should have gone with them, but it wasn't my money. And yeah, no, I actually have it on video somewhere of what happens. You sign some papers, they give you a big coin, you go drop it in a slot, the thing lights up like you're in a pinball machine.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of resale for, used cars vending machines when they go out of business. So
one of the funky things about the car, and they were great about it, they really were, was some paint damage because of fluids that were leaked from a car on top of it. How about that?
Wouldn't happen if it wasn't a vending machine.
Yeah. Well, like I was telling Tom there, that it wasn't my money. It was ex-wife's sister bought the car. So.
I thought those cars are just on display and you went somewhere to a warehouse to pick them up.
Most of
the thing came down, we drove off with it.
Most of the time.
Well, sometimes they'll deliver them on a one-car hauler, too, to your house or pick one up that way, too.
Yeah.
Well, don't they offer you a discount if you get it out of the machine for advertising and everything else?
Oh, I don't know about that. Well, they didn't film what we were doing at all.
No.
And we certainly weren't dressed up or told anything about it. But, no, it was... and we were the only ones there. Holy cow.
Yeah, those things must be expensive, the elevators, just to raise them up and down.
Oh, my gosh, that structure, I'm sure.
That's a mini office building sitting there.
Yeah. I don't know how they
build
make
them
any
as
money.
those.
That's marketing.
They don't. That's part of the
Yeah,
problem.
I think that's marketing, right.
How you doing, Rod?
Good. How are you, Bo?
Good. Tried to call you the other day, but playing tag. And thanks,
Okay.
thanks again for peddling my sister's Corvette.
I'm glad to do it.
I'll say something
Glad
on
to
air
do
about it. Yeah, that was a little bit of a process, but you got it done.
Yeah. I just thought they would bring a lot more, but we got what she said
She's
she would
happy
be okay
with
with.
it. Yeah.
Good. That's all that matters.
Yep. I think that one sat around too long.
What's that?
I think that one sat around a little too long.
Mine, the Corvette.
Yeah.
Well, you should never drove it.
Well,
Whoever bought it got a great deal. I mean, she never.
Well, it needed a little restoration.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Because it was parked too long.
Mm-hmm. But again, the market's changing. So what you thought was a car was worth is a little bit different than it is today.
Yep. I was never a big Corvette fan. I could never fit in them.
You and me both. I got one cheek in, and that's about it.
One cheek and one cheek
I had
out.
to pull him out.
Yeah, I got to open the window up just so I can stretch my arms. Yeah.
Right. That's why I tend to be more towards the Mopar, but they're the most expensive. But I can fit in the car.
Yep.
You know, a brand you don't hear a lot from is Cadillac anymore. Do they have?
No, they're kind of quiet, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were the top.
They got an EV out there too. I've seen a couple of them.
Oh yeah, no, they've got one that it was $140,000.
Yep.
What is it?
Really?
It's called the something with a Q in it.
E-Crick or yeah.
EQ something. I can't remember.
The Escalade's. Isn't that 140? The Escalade?
But it's not an Escalade, but it's a fully electric car and it's big.
Oh, it's electric.
But it's not in the electrical vehicle. It's not in the body of the. Oh, really?
Bigger.
Oh, bigger?
Yes.
Okay.
Lyric it's nice, but again, it's no, the Lyric's a smaller one.
The Vistic.
Luxury EVs, Cadillac.
2026.
The
Vistic.
Vista Q.
No.
The Escalade IQ.
Vista Q.
The Lyric Q. The OptiQ.
I think it's the IQ.
Or the ICU.
Well, that's where you live when you make a payment.
Yeah, they start at 77.
Well, the one I did for a guy, it was 140.
Yikes.
It's nice, and again, made him lease it because that's the only way to do it.
So whatever you want, 23 speaker studio audio system.
Gotta have that.
That's what everybody needs in their car, 23 speakers.
Life is worth living after 23 speakers.
Yeah, why not 21? I mean, 23 just seems so excessive.
Why not 17?
Yeah, these are expensive.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And they had different government money because their gross vehicle weight was too high for the regular.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino along with Kevin Calkin with SheridanAutotech.com, and we also have Jeff, our Cars in the House, Bob Perry, and Rod Greer. Let's talk to Autumn. Autumn, you need advice on a car. Go ahead, Autumn. What's going on?
Hello, Tom. So I bought a truck from a company called Auto Savvy, and what they do is they take vehicles, they buy them for cheap because usually they're considered totaled, and then they fix them and then they sell them.
Yeah,
now these
we've heard of them before. I think we've had a lot of complaints. So Auto Savvy you bought from, and what happened?
Yeah, so they didn't know or they didn't disclose that the frame was bent in my truck. And I wouldn't have purchased the vehicle if I knew that the frame was bent at all.
But you knew it was rebuilt from salvage, right?
Correct. And they have to disclose and list everything that they fixed and that they found wrong with it.
Okay.
And they did. But they didn't disclosed that the frame was bent.
They never said anything about it being bent one way or the other, that it was bent and it was fixed. You understand they've been sued and they've faced fraud charges many times, right?
Yes, yes. That's why I need some help.
Okay. So when did you make this purchase?
About 13 months ago.
That's a problem.
So you bought that in 2025.
Tom, I'd like to find out, caller, how did you find out that the frame was bent?
Yeah, so we, my husband and I had a piece fixed on it, a control arm or something, and with that being fixed, you have to have an alignment done. And so once the alignment was completed, about a week after, I noticed there was an issue with it. There was a big clunking sound, and then I took it back to them, and turns out that the alignment shop, who Auto Savvy had outsourced to, had sent it, or a piece was broken on the alignment, which to them determined, hey, this, something's wrong. And so then they looked at it closer, and then they realized that the frame was bent.
I wonder if Auto Savvy knew that the frame was bent.
The
alignment shop didn't know it was bent the first time.
Here's what I want to know.
Might not have known.
This might be a silly question, although Auto Savvy has been in trouble. They've lost in court, and there are attorneys that handle these cases. I'm surprised if you contacted them, they wouldn't do anything about it. But when you buy a car as is, I'm thinking out loud here. What did they do wrong? They sold her a car as is. What did they do wrong? You knew what you were buying. You knew you were buying a car that was rebuilt from salvage. So what part did they do wrong?
What I think they did wrong was they didn't disclose that the frame had an issue at all, because that was never disclosed.
Well,
are you sure on the paperwork it doesn't say that?
I have the paperwork that lists out everything that was damaged and then fixed or whatever it might be. Yeah. And the frame was never on there.
Will it not align now because of the frame, or what's the issue with the bend?
It's unsafe to drive because the
Well, that's
frame
what I'm
is
saying.
bent, I guess.
But it wasn't unsafe a year ago. That's what I'm confused about.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
what
just know
changed,
that I
I
haven't
guess?
been in an accident
Yeah.
since. I think that it's not bent enough to. It wasn't, I guess, bent enough to be a major issue.
Or to be noticeable.
Driving over
Or
the
to
last
be
year, but
noticeable.
then-
We need to figure out, first of all, if it's an unsafe vehicle. And I wanted to know what their responsibility to you is if you bought it as is. In fact, if they listed everything that they did to it and did not list the frame, then they did not really mislead you. I'm not sticking up for these guys because, as I said, almost every time they've been sued, they've lost, just so you know. So you might want to start something against them, or we're going to contact them. We can contact them. Right now, I think they're a little gun shy of the media because they've been burned so much, and rightly so. Did you go to Colorado Springs? Is that the location you went to?
No, Windsor, Colorado.
Oh, north, yeah. Well, what exactly did they say when you told them about the frame? They said, too bad, so sad, or what did they say?
Or do they claim it was rebuilt to factory specs? That's usually what did they put anything in writing like that?
No, what they have done so far is they have taken my vehicle, they've held it, and they were waiting on their auto body shop to get it measured because you have to have it laser measured.
Right.
They've given us the runaround for an entire month now, and I just need to know.
Okay.
I need some type of advice.
All right. Well, here's what we have to
can I
do. Here's what we have to do first. Well, ultimately, I think you sue them, but it depends on the paperwork and what the promises were made. I don't, many times they promise that the car is brought back to roadworthy condition and they have to get a VIN inspection and all of that. And I don't know how much of that was done properly or not. I do know that in the past lawsuits against them, consumers have won because several people have had the same exact complaint. They discover that there was a problem. Now, people say yes, they knew they were buying salvage, but they say that AutoSavvy claims everything was fixed. So the guy we talked to, I believe, have you talked to this Marora Calendra?
No,
Mayor
I haven't heard
Calendra,
that.
I believe he's the owner. But in any case, I want to have Deputy Bo call them and see what they have to say about it. Like I said, we have to take this break, but I think we ought to call them, Bo,
And then
and say, look, what are they going to do about this? And remind them that they've been sued several times and that the state's investigating them. I mean, you would think that these people would be more careful.
Now, impact traffic.
You know, everything's pretty much back to normal down south with the
Get her
big
information for
closure
Bo.
and partial closure we had for about almost hours. That
Autumn.
semi-rig, the trailer itself that burned up there. I-25 is a little slow from Castle Pines into the tech center, but just sluggish. Ahead of that, from Arapahoe up towards Hampton's a little busy. We do have 270 jamming west coming up through Vasquez. Pena's running heavy out of the airport, but no big delays out here. No problem.
I wonder
spots.
if they
With
say
traffic,
they
I'm Jonathan
rebuild
Steele.
like
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll tell the tale of America's greatest science experiment. We're, of course, talking about the Manhattan Project. You will next episode of Our American Stories.
Do you want the best prices on your bathroom remodel? Then you want Discount Bath. They can do an entire bath, a part of the bath. They can do a walk-in shower for $9,888 fully installed. And they do beautiful jobs. They are so convinced you'll get a great deal with them and you'll go with them that they'll walk the project and write out plans and help you select materials and come up with a final contract without any obligation on your part. They know you're going to choose the best value, and that's discountbath.com. They start to finish, have one crew work on your stuff, and you get the job done the right way. Discountbath.com, 720-979-2322. That's discountbath.com. All right, Gravina's has the greatest selection of windows. When I say that, 50 lines of windows, multiple lines of siding and doors, and they're in business to beautify your home with low-maintenance, energy-efficient products. They've been doing it for 65 years. 950 West Evans. It's a family name you can know and trust because they've been around this long serving consumers. Everyone we've referred to them has given us great reviews. That's Gravina's.com to beautify your home with a company you can trust. 303 Gravina.
Thank you.
So, AutoSavvy. So, why AutoSavvy? They brag about rebuilding cars from salvage. That's their whole business model.
So they're not hiding it. I mean,
no.
And they disclose stuff they probably didn't have to disclose, and I'm sure she signed an as-is.
But but that's why. But why did the other consumers win in court? They all won in court.
I don't know, because I'm sure they have it covered. The state disclosure, all that stuff. I mean, that's their business, is selling salvage cars.
They said that they did not disclose structural damage. Court records show the company settled. Another lawsuit was undisclosed damage.
So they're saying it's not enough to just be established. How do we have to actually?
It says a dozen complaints from consumers. There have been a dozen complaints with the dealer licensing board. They allege that the cars were unsafe and that warranties were not being honored. So they we light a fire with all this going on. They might just.
It sounds like they still may have the car.
But they're dragging their feet if they've been looking at it for a month.
Oh, I think this was a Oh, no. This Calendra, that was a victim. So the person we want to talk to is Brett Parham. Brett Parham, the CEO. He disputes the findings. And he says they're going to vacate the award. We'll see.
The simple fact that the frame is bent is not a material.
So this guy Parham says his reputation speaks for itself. They've sold 100,000 cars, and I don't know.
And only 10% are angry and suing us.
So their prices are always lower than any other comparable car, and when people tell us that,
Phoenix Auto, from the ashes, your vehicle rises up. And
yeah, I mean, if they're priced too low, it's because they're salvage, and that's usually the case. But
we only
that's his
sell
market.
cars people have killed themselves in.
Anybody there?
What?
Yeah.
Oh no, I was just also too. The problem is also, you don't know what you're getting at any given purchase. You didn't see the car when they bought it from a salvage yard, so you're guessing that they're going to do the right thing.
Hasn't been horrible yet. Oh, wait, could be. Here we come.
For live Fox coverage of every game.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have a call from Larry, wants to talk about car insurance. Larry, go ahead. What's going on?
Yeah, hi, Tom. I just was wondering, when you rent a car, is it good to buy the insurance that they offer you, or is your own personal car insurance good enough?
Now, are you talking about when you rent the car?
Yes.
Okay, it depends on your own personal insurance. Most personal insurance will cover everything you need, but some of them do not cover loss of use. Loss of use is when this car is being fixed. They can charge you for the income they're losing. It's best to talk to your insurance company to see what coverage you have. And most of the time, your own policy is enough, but you have to make sure of that through your agent. And we can do that for you if you want us to. 303-713-8255. More coming up.
You're really good at that. I hate that I have to admit that. All right, have a good weekend, whatever you're doing.
Oh, you're leaving? Okay, see ya.
Zack attack time.
Find that vending machine and let me know.
Did you ever see the movie Sky High?
Right.
I love that Disney Channel movie I grew up on so much. And my favorite character is Ron Wilson, the bus driver.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been in before.
Oh, really?
I think it's Kevin Heffron. He's with a film group. They did Super Troopers and some other movies.
That's what he was familiar with from. Yeah. I could tell when you mentioned the bus driver, I could like picture him in my head, but I couldn't place it.
I think their comedy group is called Dead Lizard or something like that.
Yeah, it is.
You know, we can get Compass on to talk about this for Larry if he wants.
I'll text him.
I was always curious about that too, with that and different credit cards.
Right.
You know. But then the credit cards are always changing stuff. They're adding and subtracting. And
Okay, guys.
Oh wait, okay, never mind. Larry's gone.
Larry, go bye-bye. They were asking about the Carvana car vending machine off the highway over here.
Yeah. By Colorado.
I did actually buy my daughter a car. Well, it wasn't my money. It was other relatives. Yeah. And they wanted to do that, so we went and you sign the papers, and they give you a coin, like a big 5-inch gold coin. You put it in a slot, and then it lights up like you're in a pinball machine, and the car spins.
That's pretty far out.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's fun for a kid, you know.
Yeah.
Getting her little Toyota or whatever. Now your Troubleshooter 303, and because they kept going, no one's ever done that. That's stupid. It probably doesn't even work. I was like, hang on.
I can tell you.
I have a video.
Savvy, we know what you're thinking. A car this nice at a price this low? It sounds too good to be true, right? But here's the deal. We're not your typical used car chain. We're better. AutoSavvy, with tens of thousands of satisfied customers and multiple locations across America, is the nation's largest dealer specializing in branded titled vehicles. Now, branded simply means these beautiful vehicles once had an insurance incident, but we've carefully selected, inspected, and restored them to the extremely high standards our loyal customers have come to expect. To show you how confident we are in these vehicles, we will give you a free comprehensive warranty. That is the best warranty of any used car anywhere. That is how we offer prices that make your jaw drop. And that is why smart buyers buy from AutoSavvy. So go ahead, browse our selection of thousands of vehicles. Once you touch and drive an AutoSavvy car, you'll never drive anything else. AutoSavvy, where value meets trust. Come see for yourself.
Regarding your appointment, John.
You know, it's all cash.
Yeah. July 23rd at 9 a.m.
Put their money in U.S. or federal banks or whatever.
Yeah.
So they have dudes with guns.
They force you to do like the ATM.
We apologize for any inconvenience that this has caused. As always, your help is very important to us, and we look forward to rescheduling your appointment soon. To replay these instructions.
God, fever dream. The first 2 hours felt like nothing. Not a lot of callers though, so that is something. I kind of cleaned my whole area here for like the first time since I got here. Holy shit! It took like 10 of these, and it's still not even done. That's what I've been told stories about, and I've been like, oh, nice. Well, because this right here was like covered in I don't know what, and now it's cleaner. I don't know if you can.
I think it might be a sticker. There might have actually been a sticker.
Oh, okay. So, oh yeah.
Press on the supply.
Right. Troubleshooter Show. Can I get a first name?
Don't you dare! Stop.
Said John.
I'm sorry, Shannon. I gotta do it.
What? Yeah, I got you. What can we help you out with? And what can we help you out with?
I, in 1999, did about a week in Honolulu.
Auto brokers? We have.
That's pretty awesome.
We have the car guys, the Sheridan Auto Tech and JFR Cars, the dealer guys.
Oh yeah, well it was a game. Yeah, it was an actual game.
Yeah, one of the companies is JFR Cars, and the other is Sheridan Auto Tech. Sheridan Auto Tech. Yes.
Sheridan Auto Tech is not a broker.
Yes. For dealers, I'm not.
It did
sure.
come, right?
These are like mechanics.
Good. Have as
I
much
don't
as
know
you
if we
want.
have any. Yes. I don't think we have any dealership guys that we recommend, except they're just kind of like the main ones, you know, Ford and Nissan. Just the standard dealerships is what we recommend. Or if you do buy a car, just get a pre-buy done by Sheridan Auto Tech. No. No, they're mechanics. Sheridan Auto Tech is a car shop, and JFR Cars. Actually, JFR might be. Let me see.
JFR is a dealer.
JFR is a dealer. I was.
And they do brokering, yeah.
Okay, so JFR is the one you're looking for. That's my fault. I can give you their number if you'd like. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be 303 761 761. Correct, and then it's 8045. Of course. Like it up. Have a good one.
Just lost the deal.
Well, maybe, depending on what they say.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino and Major Marc Mager.
Okay, what's going on in your life? Let's talk about cars today, or anything you want at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. We have Sheridan Auto Tech with us, Kevin Calkin, talking about car repairs, maintenance, value, and all that. We're talking about Bob Perry and Rod Gere from JFR Cars, talking about buying and leasing cars. Anything you want to talk about, of course, if it's non-car related, give us a call. We're happy to talk to you about a contractor might have ripped you off, or someone took money, didn't do a good job, or any other problem. Just give us a call, and we will try to go to work on this. Now, Auto Savvy, by the way, is a giant dealership around the country. I say giant as far as what they do. They specialize in branded titles, cars that have been branded or totaled by an insurance company, and they claim to fix them and sell them, and they say they fix them. So there have been a number of lawsuits against them for cars that have had undisclosed damage. I don't know how you have undisclosed damage on a car that's been totaled, and then you say you fixed it, unless you're claiming to fix things that you did not fix. I can see where that could cause a false sense of security. And when we were talking about it before, I had mentioned one of the victims and asked if she had talked to any of the other victims. But the actual owner of that place, the CEO, we were going to contact. Did you?
During the next break.
You're going to call, okay.
I got to get out of
and basically just ask what they do about situations like this. They're taking a big responsibility when they take a wrecked car and rebuild it, because there are a lot of things that can happen in a wreck, especially mechanically. You know, Kevin, insurance companies don't often like fixing mechanical problems.
Well, that's why they total them, because they don't want to be, in the middle of a responsibility issue. If something isn't fixed right, or it's dangerous even after it's fixed. That's why it's more knee-jerk for them to total and move on. They don't want to play. Yeah.
Okay, someone asked here in a text, can you finance Tesla cars through regular means? Now, I know Tesla has its own program for financing Teslas, and I believe that's going to be the best deal. But Bob, do you know, or Rod, do they have a program? Do other lenders finance Teslas? I imagine they do.
Yeah, I think they do. I mean, regular lenders will finance them, and of course, they want to be in a good loan to value position, so they may ask for money down, but they'll finance them because they're not at risk of the future value. I mean, you got to pay it off, so they do.
Right. But as far as leasing, that's where you have a problem finding companies to lease them.
Correct. Tesla is pretty much the only one on Teslas.
What about other EVs?
I mean, I don't think our normal sources do any EVs just because of the future value. They have no idea.
Hybrids are okay, but the
hybrids
EVs are the ones, and also PHEVs, the plug-in. Those are okay as well, but that electric one scares a lot of the lenders.
So when it comes to electric cars, most of the time, to answer this texter, if you're going to lease it, you can go through the manufacturer. As far as financing goes, there are a number of people that'll finance it just like any other car. So that there's not a problem there. There's two different things, leasing and financing. And then we had another question here. So the sunroof, they say, is good during the shoulder season. Shoulder season, for those listening, is that in between time when it's not too hot, not too cold. And we get several shoulder seasons throughout the summer, I think. We get a cool down, and then it heats up again. Then we get a cool down and it heats up again. We have various cycles through the summer. Right now, we're going through somewhat of a heat wave, but it'll cool down again. And I have noticed that there are Colorado people who love convertibles. They love T-tops. They love driving with windows open. And they would love sunroofs. I just mentioned that I had a sunroof that I basically never use. Never. Now, the moonroof part of it I like, where you can open up to the sky and you have that dark tinted window on the top. I like those. And I have a combination moonroof, sunroof, meaning it opens, but it has a view panel. Nothing wrong with those. In fact, I think I like those. I like those way better than conventional roofs. 303-713-8255. Now, we were talking about in news reasons people get rid of their cars and complaints about cars, regrets about cars, whole bunches of studies on why people file for lemon under the lemon law. And of course, the lemon law is each state is different. But as far as accumulated complaints under lemon laws in all the states, if you took the complaints per 100,000 sales, you know what I found shocking? The number one complaint getter in the country, when you say it's complaints per 100,000 sales. So if you have 100,000 sales, what is the complaint ratio of these particular cars? And then they ranked them. The number one complaint getter in the country, I don't know why, the Chrysler Town and Country.
Well,
what's wrong? It's a van.
Yeah.
What is there to really complain about?
It's got a lot of moving parts, with the open doors.
And sliding door.
Two sliding doors, one on each side.
Oh, okay.
Different things. And Chrysler is just the electronics are notoriously troublesome. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
We work on a ton of Chryslers and Jeeps for electronics.
In almost 500,000 sales, they've had a number of complaints, like 10,000. They say the complaint ratio is the highest. Next is the Ford Focus. Ford Focus. Does that surprise any of you guys? I mean, what is the Ford Focus? Just a little car, right?
Little car, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a problem? You guys get complaints?
I have had some troubles between that one and also the Escape.
I was going to say the Escape is a real source.
The what one?
The Escape.
I think I've
the
done
Ford Escape.
3.
Yeah, they've had a lot of trouble with the engines in them.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
But they're the same engines, though.
It is.
Kevin,
Yeah. So that's what it probably is with the
The
Focus.
Focus and the Escape are the same engines.
They had over
What
8
are they? Little
engines.
4-cylinders?
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And the head gaskets go out, and it's a mess.
Okay. And then the number 3 complaint getter on this, of all complaint getters. Now, we're talking about all of them in a 5-year period. Chrysler 300. So we have Chrysler and Ford in the top 10, basically, most of them. So you have Chrysler Town and Country, Ford Focus, Chrysler 300, and then the Chrysler 200, and then the Ford Fusion. So, wow. These are the biggest complaint getters. And this one surprises me at number 6, the Hyundai Sonata. Because I thought Hyundais were pretty well, under control when it comes to quality.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with any new car quality issues on those.
And then another Forge called the Edge is number 7. What is the Edge?
It's a crossover.
Okay. And then for a large SUV, number 8 on the list, GMC Yukon. And then another van, Chrysler van, number 9, the Dodge Caravan.
Same as the Town and Country, basically.
They are, okay, basically just one is, okay. So one is a Chrysler, one is a Dodge, but they're the basic vehicle. And that number 10 is the BMW 3 Series. Number 11 is the Kia Sorento, and that surprises me. The Dodge Durango is next. The Jeep Cherokee, the Dodge Journey, and the Ford Escape. So do you see the pattern there?
It's very obvious.
Chrysler,
Chrysler,
Dodge,
Jeep, Chrysler,
and
Jeep,
Ford.
Yep.
Right.
That's about right.
Man, I didn't realize Chrysler, Dodge, and Ford have so many problems. So that's the rundown. By the way, they go down even further. I mean, you can go down into the top 50, but you can get down to the least. Okay, for example, some of the least complaints, the Mazda.
Mazda's really stepped up.
Mercedes, GLEs, and then the Toyota Highlander, very low complaint ratio. The Honda HR-V, the Toyota Camry, the Toyota Corolla, these are low complaints. Toyota Tacoma, Nissan. So there's another theme here. Nissan and Toyota, Honda, Japanese cars, Mazda, Japanese cars have the least complaints. So you see these patterns emerging, and then in the middle of the pack, you have all of them, of course. But so at the top of the pack, for the most complaints, we're seeing Dodge and Chrysler and Ford. At the bottom of the pack, for the least, we're seeing Japanese cars, Toyota, Honda, and basically, really good, like the Toyota Highlander, the Honda, a lot of, and the Nissan. Man, they're almost all Toyota, Nissans, Mazdas. They're all Japanese, except for the Mercedes-Benz GLE series.
And they earn it too. They're good.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the Mercedes, why does that break out from the other Mercedes, the GLE? I don't know anything.
I don't know.
Anyway, we have more coming up. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Catherine has a comment on Teslas. Go ahead, Catherine.
Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I recently bought a Tesla, and it has been the easiest car buying experience I ever have had. It was all done through an app, and which was, unusual for me at my age, and having purchased many cars. Even my husband commented, he's like, "You've got to be kidding me." And Tesla's finance department, Santander or something like that, 0.99%.
Wow.
So I didn't even shop anybody else. And honestly, you look online, you pick up. Tesla does not have a lot of options. People need to realize that too. They have their I don't know now what they have, but I got a Model Y.
Right.
And you couldn't pick anything other than my rims and tires and the color. Everything else is what it is. You either want it or you don't. And I put in what my trade-in was going to be. They were offering me, and I'm not kidding you, it was like $4,500 more than any of these other, God, people are going to hate me now, the auto traders or a dealer.
Really? Wow.
And it was based on just what now I'm not going to lie, I put in what I had a Bronco.
Yeah.
Put in what it came with or whatever, and they spit out a number. And then they called me. I had an appointment set up for that afternoon. I already knew what my payments were going to be with the trade-in. They called me. I set up a test drive down in the Springs, like within 2 hours. Went down, quick, short test drive, and I was sold. I'm 100% sold. And what I was paying for gas in that Bronco versus what it cost me to charge that Tesla, it was a no-brainer. And
do you like the Y model? I haven't talked to a lot of Y owners. Do you like the Y model?
I absolutely love it. They just apparently released a Juniper, so that's what I have, a 2026 Model Y Juniper. I don't know. Love it. And that full self-driving.
That's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy.
I honestly, the thing is smarter than me. It drives better than me. The ability, no, I'm not kidding you, man. In rush hour traffic, the ability to merge on the freeway, get off the freeway, it's a little too law-abiding for me. And what I mean by that,
yeah.
For a stop sign, it will come to a 100% complete stop. There's no California roll-through.
Right.
I love it. It is by far, like I said, I'm 53 years old. I have owned way too many brand new cars over my lifetime and would never buy anything else again. It is seamless. It is smooth. They give you what your trade-in is worth. And may
I ask what was the retail cost on that car that you bought? I'm not talking about subtracting the trade, but I'm talking about the actual price on it.
So I'm looking at I actually hung my window sticker up on my wall. It was $55,380.
Wow. That's a lot of car, isn't it?
I'm not kidding you, man. Tesla should pay me. Fabulous car. I've taken so many people for rides in it, and they're like this is unreal. It's a great car, and it is now the only, I don't know. You hear your horror stories, of course.
Right.
But what's not going to break, what's not going to... we had the truck catch on fire today on the freeway on 25. I haven't heard the last time a Tesla caught on fire, but I have heard that the paint is a little thinner. You know, they use the vegan leather. They were trying to keep the weight down. I don't know what my car weighs, but it is a beautiful car.
Is it a little noisier? Is it a little noisier than a regular car?
No, wait. You're kidding me, right?
No, I don't mean the engine noise. I mean like the road noise.
Road noise, yeah.
Oh, God, no. My husband gets in the car. He won't drive it. He's like afraid to. He gets in the car and he's like, I just want to stay here. He goes, it's so quiet and it's so comfortable.
Wow. That's really cool.
You don't hear anything. I mean, honestly, you should just go take a test drive. They're phenomenal. Like I said, and the cameras on it. Oh, and my insurance, actually, it went up just a little bit for my Ford Bronco. That is only because there are 8 cameras on the exterior. And if you get into an accident, sure, it's going to cost a little bit more to repair the cameras.
Yeah.
No, love it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That is a great report. Give us a report on your car or experience coming up. 303-713-8255.
The world's biggest game, the FIFA World Cup Final.
Join the billion worldwide for Spain and Argentina.
The World Cup trophy will be lifted 1 p.m. Sunday on 630 KHOW.
Fix It 24/7 is going to refurbish your air conditioner for like $39. You don't get a deal like that anywhere. They're doing it for new customers because they want to be your customer for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. And this is a way they can show off their services. So for $39, get the furnace taken apart, cleaned every nook and cranny, put back together, and checked and tuned. Add life and efficiency to your unit. That's $39. And remember, if you need anything, they do free second opinions. No charge whatsoever, free second opinions if you're told you need a major component. 720-526-3939. How much time?
About 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Pizza's good, Tom. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I called Autumn. She does not want me to contact Auto Savvy at this point in time. They may have called her, so we'll see. I'm here by myself.
Where are you, Bo?
Tom, do you want
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
That's
Tom.
great. He left the mics on. He's normally always shutting me down.
No. I'll ask him.
I'm even drinking from a plastic glass today so he doesn't get pissed off.
Oh, can you not use glass?
Hell no, I hate drinking out of I always drink out of glasses. No, he gets mad at him when I use his china and silverware and glasses.
Oh.
And then when that guy was here, I stepped on a wire, and he thought I unplugged the show, but the damn wire connection's right on the floor. But they had another person here, but I didn't mean to step on it, and I didn't pull it out. And boy, he made me go upstairs and sit in the kitchen.
Oh my God.
Oh, you're making me nervous. You're going to disconnect this. And I said, I'll just grab a chair. What chair? Where are you going to grab the chair from? What are you going to do? And I said, you know what? I'll just go upstairs and sit by the kitchen table like a little kid, have my pen and paper out and draw circles.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm on this side of the show instead of the other.
Well, I made the right decision coming here because I knew I was sniffing do I go to iHeart? Do I go to Tom's? Do I go to iHeart or do I go to Tom's? Wherever the free pizza is.
Uh-huh.
So I gambled and I won.
We're fasting, but not by choice.
Oh.
I like JFR cars. They're good in there.
You know, Rod, there's some really good tasty beef sticks in the break room.
Oh, I don't know that world back there very well, so I don't want to go back there.
No, Adam will show you where it is. It's unlocked.
Okay.
There's water. There should be Diet Coke. There's cashews.
The fridge. The only thing in the fridge is your lemonade drops or whatever that's called in there.
Yeah, you know what? If Suze doesn't get those by Monday, they're going to go bad. Shoot, you want to give them to your mom?
What are they?
They're my homemade lemon drops.
Like the cocktail?
Yes, they're the best lemon drops on the planet.
Oh, man. I love a good lemon drop.
I got tired of spending $17 for a lemon drop at Ted's Montana Grill, so I figured out how to make my own.
Wow.
And I can make one for about $1.
Make what?
How do you make
Lemon
them? What do you
drops.
use?
Well, I have
martini.
Yeah, I've made a batch for Sue's. They're in the refrigerator. So I have my secrets, but I use Simply Lemonade, is Cointreau, triple sec. I'll send you the recipe.
That sounds darn good.
You like lemon drop martinis, Tom?
I used to. I can't drink anymore.
Oh.
I can't drink anything.
Well, I told Adam, I told Suze that those are there, so let's wait till Monday.
Okay.
I made your mom a batch.
Oh, nice.
Tom, do you want to make those breaks where we don't have any lives fill breaks, where like you just fill with whatever?
Oh, I can do one or two. Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
We've
I'd love
got
to-
three. We've got three spot blocks without a live. Do you want all three of those or just two of those?
I'll take the 115.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll do, let's see, hold on, let me put 115 in there. 115 I'll do, and I'll do 130.
Sounds good. I'll set up the brakes for that.
And I'll do just 30 seconds of each.
God, Zach sounds so calm and professional.
Well, someone has to contrast Shannon. You know, we've got to balance each other out somehow.
So do you work, do you go over to Capless after this?
Yeah, capless. I do a lot of sports stuff for KOA, Rockies, Buffs, Broncos, all that stuff. Getting ready to go out to training camp here at the end of the month.
Oh, you have to physically go out there?
Yeah, and it is
You
the
like-
most humid spot in Colorado, I swear. I don't know how they do it.
Really? We're going out to the Bronco camp.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We were going to call on that Auto Savvy, but what happened?
Well, so I called Autumn, and then
She's the consumer.
She's the consumer.
Said she bought a car from Auto Savvy, and she believes there was hidden damage they didn't fix.
Right, so I was ready to make the call to Auto Savvy, wanted to get some additional information from Autumn, and she told me not to contact Auto Savvy at this time. So I'm going to wait, and she had to go, so I'm going to call again.
I wonder why she didn't want us to contact him.
It may be there may be a possibility, Tom, that Auto Savvy was listening to our broadcast and contacted her.
Yeah, could be. George, you have a comment on a car. Go ahead. We were asking about car experiences or cars they love or cars they hate or anything about cars. Go ahead, George.
Hey, my granddaughter got my fender bender last Saturday, but it didn't look that bad. But Progressive took it to Excalibur. It was drivable, but they totaled it. It's a 2015 Jeep Cherokee Laredo.
So Progressive totaled it.
Correct. But they don't give a value to the total till they haul it to the
Right.
salvage yard.
Right. What you
Is
have
that
to do,
normal?
but you have to arm yourself. And the way you do that is the best way, free of charge, for first blush, is go to a company we know called Petty Details.
Okay.
And Petty Details is on our referral list at referrallist.com. And you can find Petty Details. I'm trying to find them right now here. And let's see. Do not go to pettydetails.com because that's not it. It's diminished. The name of their company is different online. So hold on. Let me find Petty Details. Okay, I'll give you their number. They'll do a free analysis right up front. If you need them to do any documentation or go to court or anything, that's an extra charge. But there's no charge for their initial price. They'll give you an initial price on what that car should be worth. Okay? It's 214 227
Okay.
2154.
5-4. Where are they located? I mean, the cars that.
It doesn't matter where they're
Caliber
located.
right now.
They're experts. It doesn't matter. They don't have to look at the car. They just give you they give you a value.
Oh.
In other words,
Okay,
what
'cause
different? It doesn't matter where they're located. They give you a value of what that car is. Where they don't have to see the car after it's wrecked. What you want to know is how much does it cost to replace that car that is not wrecked.
Oh, okay. Well, that's true. I went online and looked at 2015 Jeep Cherokees, but they're all over the place.
Right, and they'll give you a specific figure for your particular vehicle. Don't ever take what the insurance company gives you right off the bat, because insurance companies, they're just not honest and forthright. They're not going to give you a fair price up front.
Well, I kind of think that it just really hit at a bad time for her because she's got to go to start school in Greeley next month, and needed a vehicle.
Yeah. Now, there's another thing too. Once you find out what the total price is, don't make the mistake of trying to buy the total wreck and have it rebuilt. I just don't ever recommend that. I don't think it's a good idea. Okay, George,
Right.
I wish you the best. 303-713-8255. We have waterpros.net offering the best water systems at the lowest prices. If you want a whole house softener for your laundry, your clothing, your appliances, and everything, your health, your skin, you can get one for around $4,000 fully installed, the whole house, or you can get reverse osmosis drinking water at the kitchen sink, just $1,100 fully installed. And it requires no electricity, reverse osmosis filtering for your water, the best drinking water ever. 303-862-5554.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
Yeah, so far it's been a busy lunch hour drive out here. Lots of folks out, and if you're heading west, and there are a lot of folks beating a path out of town, boy, it's tied up on Floyd Hill down through US 6 and into Idaho Springs, and just a lot of traffic from that point all the way up to the tunnels. We got some volume in place in most areas here in town. I-70 to the east coming west, 270, I-25 through downtown, as well as even coming out of the Tech Center. A rollover accident out to the west on Jewel, just a little bit west of Sheridan. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Taking a Walk Podcast. I'm Buzz Knight, and I'm the host of the Taking a Walk Podcast. And join me for an upcoming episode with David Duchovny. That's David Duchovny, coming up on the Taking a Walk Podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, I've been giving out the wrong seminar date for Vestera Turnkey. First of all, let me tell you what Vestera is. It's a program that helps you become a landlord in a promising market with strong upside potential for equity and strong rents and a strong economy. They help you select a home and buy it. Once you buy that house, they help you manage it. They help you with day-to-day activities. They help you in every step of the way. And then when it comes time to sell it, they sell it for a profit. And if you want to be part of this program, you can go to a webinar or, a seminar on the 22nd of the month. It's in the Tech Center at 10 in the morning, or call them direct for help. I'm going to give you both. First, the website to go to that seminar, to find out more about the seminar, go to mybiggestruturn.com. mybiggestruturn.com. Find out about the program and how you can be part of it. Or you can call them directly at 303-888-3788.
Men, if your energy is down.
Hey, actually, Zach, if it's not too late, I can put something in 1245 as well.
Can work. I'll set it up for that.
Yeah, so I'll just have a 30 and the 45, the 15 and the 30. Good.
Is Mr. Jolliffe here, Tom? I thought I saw his car out there.
Who's that?
Jolliffe.
Yeah, he was here
Let's
earlier.
go.
He'll be back. We have a lot of new appointments.
Well, that's good.
Out of
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's continue trying to solve your problems, answer your questions, take your complaints. Robert, you need a referral. What is going on with you, Robert? Welcome.
Hey, so good, great show, by the way. So I got a friend. He's got commercial trucks, and his truck was hit by another commercial truck, and they totaled his dump. It's a dump truck, so they totaled the dump truck, which is a fairly new dump truck that he has. But anyways, I told him that he should go through his own insurance company, but he says his insurance company will not pay him for time loss of use. And he said if he goes through the other people's insurance, they will pay the
Yeah,
time
now
loss of use. I'm
the
not really
reason
sure.
for that, here's the reason for that, Robert. When you have your own insurance, you contract for certain coverage. So he probably chose not to get loss of use coverage. And therefore, he can't collect that from his company. However, the other company, he does not have a contract with, so he has that loss he can go after. But you're forgetting one thing, or he is. It's not either or. You can still go through your own company for the collision coverage, and he can still go after the other party for loss of use.
Well, would he need a lawyer for that, or
Well,
not?
normally you make a claim, and if they turn you down, you would need a lawyer. Yeah, you would need a lawyer.
Yeah.
Were there any injuries involved in this?
No injuries.
Okay. Then if he is looking to get loss of use, then he has two choices. He can get it through the other insurance company and take his chances on property damage that they'll be fair with him, Or he can go through his own company for the property damage and then go to the other company for loss of use. Again, in the beginning, it's just a request. After that, it depends on whether he needs an attorney.
Okay. And what kind of attorney would he need if it were to get that far?
That's the problem. Now, it depends. If you're talking about loss of use, you need a business attorney that sues for this kind of stuff. I mean, you need a regular litigation firm for business lawsuits. I mean, we have some references we can make you, but I would first make a request for that. Does he have an actual calculation of what it will cost to do that? Or what it will cost him on a day-by-day basis?
Yes, he does. I mean, it's a dump truck. Those dump trucks go out from.
But does he have a history of billing that he can show for every day he's down, he's losing a certain amount of money?
Yeah, he does.
And what does that come to in total?
You know, we didn't talk about that, but yeah, he keeps really good records of what these trucks are making him on a daily basis.
Now,
So,
if it was, for
think he would pay
example,
anything for smell.
if it was under $7,500, for example, he could sue the other party. He doesn't sue the insurance company. He sues the other party directly for loss of use. And he would sue them if it's under $7,500. He could go to small claims court.
And I mean, he makes $7,500 in a week, probably more.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's been like almost a month and a half. So.
Okay, then he's going to need a real attorney here to do things like this. So I don't know. Like I said, do you think they'll pay you a decent amount for the property damage?
Well, he says that what their insurance company is offering is not bad, but he's worried more about the loss of time.
Right. Well, he's got to see. He's got to see what they offer. And what I would do is go with the best offer. If the other company is willing to pay for the truck, and they're willing to add on to that, and he's satisfied, then I would go with it. If he's not satisfied, he may have to split the claim. He may have to do the truck with his company, and then he may have to go after them for the loss of use.
Yeah.
So it really depends. All right, let us know what happens.
Just see like
the public adjuster be helpful in anything like that?
You know, public adjusters don't work with cars.
Sure.
You know, I always thought that there was a place for them, but the dollar values aren't that much.
But if this is 45, 50 grand he's talking about,
I know
6 to 8 weeks, that's
I know it. Yeah. I think a smart public adjuster would get into the automobile field, but they don't.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know why, because so many people need help with property damage claims. Mm-hmm. And maybe they feel that for the percentage they charge on a small amount like that compared to a house or a building, it's not worth it.
Sure.
We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Happy Friday, folks. Your normal busy drive on northbound I-25 between University and 6th Avenue into downtown. Some stop and go, adding a couple minutes to your commute. Southbound I-25 slow between I-70 and Spear Boulevard. Just east of there, I-70 westbound, congestion between I-270 and Steel Street Vasquez. I-70 eastbound, seeing some slower speeds to DIA between Havana and Pena. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
Save on grilling season favorites at Whole Foods Market. Prime members get 20% off beef top sirloin steaks through July 21st. While supplies last, shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
You know, when I started Martino Capital, I did it for myself. It was a selfish endeavor because I wanted advisors to work just for me. Then I figured out why. That's because most advisors don't work for investors. They work for larger firms and simply make a middleman fee. They put your portfolio with a large advisor who does all of the investing with you in generic portfolios. They don't look at your individual goals. They don't, or your individual, whatever you want. They don't do it. Income, growth, high risk, low risk. They don't know you. We at Martino Capital take a different approach. Each and every portfolio for every one of our clients is individually managed. We go over each and every client. They are our focus, and it is not done in groups. If you want this customization with my money invested right alongside yours, if you want this true personal attention, find out why everyone we've consulted with has made the choice and switched to Martino Capital. And that's no exaggeration. Find out more at martinocapital.com. Find out why they're switching. 303-771-HELP. 771-4357.
Most homes.
This autumn lady's calling me, so I'll go up and take the call.